had we talked about that I can take catapult? Do I need to take that as one of my leveling spells, or can I just take it since I'm copying that from Silas?
No, you just learned it. You add it to your spell book.
Okay, so I can add to my spell book. That doesn't count as one of the 2 spells I learn for leveling.
Correct.
Sick.
Yes. One thing that also, hello everybody. One thing that as a wizard you should want to be doing constantly is finding scrolls, spellbooks, mentors, wherever who can just give you free spells. As you still have to pay the cost to scribe them into your spell book, but like you can literally learn every spell in existence as long as you have enough time and money and information sources.
That dog.
Oh my God! He's the bad guy. You.
All the bad guys.
The bad part is you will never have enough spell slots to cast every single spell you have, but that's fine.
It's true.
You have versatility like whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of versatility, I actually forgot to put on music, so let me do that right now. Hello everybody, how's it going? We are ready to rock.
We're ready for something.
We're ready to go.
I opened Owlbear Rodeo up, and it's still in that hellacious sewer fight, and I'm just like, ugh.
It's left it there. Yeah, just it's good to examine, how we got here by seeing what happened in the past. I think that's a good fight though. That came together.
We lived.
Hey, any fight you walk away from, right? So.
I walked away right into the jaws of a trap.
You were carried lovingly into a trap.
It's true, and I helped. I made sure that you made it out there safely.
Yep.
You helped me. We got out there. We did it, guys. We did it.
Team effort on that trap.
Yeah. The insane combat was just a distraction.
That was a pretty big distraction.
It's a hell of a feint.
It was literally just to try to arrest Walters and Brindle.
Oh my gosh.
The whole thing.
Just the whole thing.
Now, trouble is, Arland, nobody really factored him in as a thing.
No.
And when the watch didn't know he was there.
No. I had a vague idea that he was there because of my discussion with Brindle and Isaac and Tanis and them at the Temple of Tyr, but I didn't know he was going to be that big of a problem. I just thought he was an asshole.
Oh, he is. He is the whole problem. But it's okay.
Andy,
yes.
Andy, what level is he?
I think he's I had to factor. Hold on, I flip my notes. So the factor for him basically being solo.
Oh, disintegration is a level 3 spell. You can have that at level 3.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Wait, you don't?
You can listen. You can put anything you want on your character sheet. Now eventually when you try and cast it, I'll be like, hold on, wait a second.
I do have an owlbear on my character sheet, and I can't figure out how to get it to leave.
I have to ask more questions. I'm sorry, what?
Her name is Dion. She's got an AC of 13 and she's got 59 hit points, which is more than me. And I don't know what she's doing here.
Huh.
She's just here. She's got
I must have missed out when I was scrolling through it. That's hilarious.
She's got keen sight and smell. She's got
does anybody know where this owlbear came from? Chat, do you know where this owlbear came from?
She just lives here.
Wandered in.
I think she's from the old Lavinia character sheet from the previous game that she was in.
Gotcha.
But I don't remember how it got onto this character sheet.
That's hilarious.
I'm just like, what are you doing here, Dion?
He is level 13, just so you're aware.
Fucking Christ.
Man.
I just scaled him to be able to fight a bunch of other bullshit. This disintegrate missed you, so it's really like it never happened.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But we're back. Let's just do some introductions and talk about this game. Also, I guess I should.
Oh, I do have Fade Away. That was my level 1 feat.
You need to use that. Oh, you haven't taken damage.
I haven't taken any damage.
That's so
Actually, you
good.
know what? I think I did. I think I hit the ground, became invisible, and ran the fuck away because I'm a wizard.
Yeah. And then we
Meteor
blamed your bird on
swarm
day shift problems.
on B.
I hate you.
You know Counterspell yet?
No.
That's really.
Counterspell's 3rd level spell, man.
Can warlocks get counterspell, or are we fucked?
No, Warlocks can.
Okay.
I highly encourage Warlocks to take Counterspell. It's a great. I encourage everyone to take Counterspell, as you probably saw from the Veilbreakers fight. It's if you don't have Counterspell as a caster, you're wrong. That fight was stupid, and I hurt myself in that trying to track all of it.
Yeah, Counterspell is 3rd level, is a 3rd level spell, so I'll get it when I'm 5th level, I think.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
Yes, next level.
But speaking of levels and
When is the next time we take a feat, out of curiosity?
8th level.
Oh, it's going to be a bit then.
Yeah.
All right. Tough choices. Tough choices. All right.
Yeah, I'm taking telekinetic. I want my mage hand increased. And the boost to my intelligence doesn't do much, but the next time I have to make a feat choice, it'll
I appreciate the comment of the impressive counterspelling. I had a bunch of note cards and little like tokens all over my table that I was just like flipping and moving to track like legendary actions and counterspells to be like, who's burned their reaction? Because there's like 19 things in this initiative and all of them can do reaction things. And I was like, I'm glad I set that up. That would have been a nightmare to track otherwise. But there's still a lot of buffering time. I was just staring at like, what do the blue colored rocks mean again that I put out here? Right. Good times. But fun session. But let's talk about these guys. Good thing.
there we go.
Oh no, that's not the one. It's too active music. There we go.
Oh, I should probably bring that up.
back to our intros for our heroic heisters. Let's talk about ourselves a bit. Beth.
Hi there. Heister, yes. Heroic, questionable. I'm Bedlam. I am playing Brindle Fallow, a half-elf farmer. He's just here. He's looking for something to weed, planting good things. They're going to come around in the spring. We're going to have a crop, what's it called? That thing, a harvest. It's going to be great. Brindle knows all kinds of things about that. He's certainly not sneaking into museums, stealing gems, having his memory wiped, or finding out more about his family than he ever wanted to know and getting caught between them and the City Watch. For more farming tips, follow Brindle. That's me. So
I love it.
Incredible.
Della.
Oh, hi. I'm Della. I am playing B. I am a gnomish wizard, and I'm fine. Thank you very much. I'm doing great. I'm level 4 now, and I know a bunch of cool spells. That's also great. Yeah, that's me. Bye.
I love it. JD.
Hey, I'm JD, and I'm wondering when Andy's going to let us just commit crimes again instead of being in life or death situations and having terrible things happen to the people we care about.
I mean, crimes against humanity, do they not count? Oh, you want to do them. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yes, I want to do them, not witness horrors happening. We've
Heard.
had a normal one.
Become the horrors, not
Riv,
just witness the horrors.
Riv is having a normal time. Everything's fine. Their boyfriend definitely hasn't been kidnapped. His soul is definitely not out of his body. This is not something that we need to fix. It's fine. At least I'm not having to be an informant to the watch. So, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I got nothing. That tell it like it is. Julia.
Hi. I'm Julia. Today I'll be playing Deputy Lavinia Hale. She's she's just a little one-armed half-elf warlock bebopping around the city, helping her friends do things by abusing the system with which she works under. Right now I gotta bully a man about resources for B so that B can do something safely and not get hurt, because Lavinia is very worried about her friend being hurt doing dangerous magic to rescue Rainier from astral projection hell.
Understand, the magic isn't the dangerous part. The target I'm painting on my back by being the one to do the magic is the dangerous part.
Yes, but if I can eliminate the fact that you have to break in to a special, like, clean room, that at least alleviates some of my stress.
Oh yeah, no,
Sure.
I'm
And
not
if I have
hasting
to
shit in the tower. That ain't happening. That ain't
and
happening.
and if I have to just lean on the fact that, to the captain and be like, you almost died.
Yeah, you owe Advent
I
one.
took care. I don't know Advent anything. Advent knows me.
That's what I meant to say.
That man owes me his life.
True.
Mm-hmm. I'll take advantage of my big time spotlight hour to say that I run the game, but also there's a newspaper and they just got the early edition. But if you want to read it, it's in the Discord under the Neverember chat. So that's kind of what they're waking up to in the morning. It's free plot. But let's get into it, shall we? I need a different thing of music. Riv. It's still late into the evening. There's a few small things we're winding up from this sewer heist turned into watch arrest, turned into labyrinth fleeing, turned into kidnapping, turned into, well, maybe not kidnapping, but coercion into being a police informant, to Rainier being kidnapped, to be having a rough night with CW, trying to, well, having a rough night, but spending it in the comfort of CW's home, right? And just a whole series of bad things. Riv was doing a bit of Riv Noir, if you will, which was looking for Brindle. And unfortunately, Riv was able to follow those wheel tracks from initially where you think Brindle or somebody was kind of unconscious in the road and then maybe picked up and put on a cart, but kind of lost the trail. Now, I have a question for you. Lavinia said, "Hey, don't worry, we're gonna find him. We got this covered." Does Riv go away at that point, or does Riv linger?
I think Riv lingers, but not for that long, like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
But probably not anything beyond that.
Please make me another investigation check. You're looking for two numbers. Either you're looking for a 12 and a 20, if you can get both.
Okay. That is a 14.
14. So you see one of them. This is what I'm picturing. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, Riv, you kind of go out there, you're circling around the area, you're trying to figure out where this wagon went, and probably frustrated, upset. There's a lot of emotional things happening this night that are just rolling around in Riv's head. Plus the other just pile of problems I think have just kind of dammed up over the past couple of sessions. Picture Riv just getting a little frustrated and trying to get maybe to some high ground to see a little better, to just get like, where the hell do these roads go? There's back alleys that people can cut through. And as you reach the high ground, you do see about a block away, two people walking quickly through this back alley. And you can't say with 100% certainty, but one of them moves and has the kind of same silhouette as your friend Lavinia. The person you're not as sure about, but has a definite kind of military or guard swagger to their walk. And they're just departing a warehouse and walking quickly through the dark alleys of the city. What do you do?
Riv listens to the feedback that they've been given about not stalking people. And they decide that this is none of their business. And they are going to head back to Rainier's.
Okay. Kind of take one like lingering look at the two of them as they walk off, turn a corner, and kind of disappear into the night. And with a sigh, turn around and okay. What do you go back to?
Riv goes back to Rainier's
Okay.
place. Even though he is an astral projection hell, they are not going to leave his body alone.
That is fair. Okay. You go back. There's a hopeful moment when you go in and you think maybe something's changed or improved, but it's the same. It's quiet. He's still there and breathing, but unresponsive otherwise. Last scene for the night, as we're wrapping up, is Brindle.
Yes.
So you and Hagen are going to go check in. Right? Two of you kind of walking through the alleyways as well, kind of taking a bit of a circuitous route. There is a check-in. It is supposed to be early the next morning. Hagen says, all right, kid. I mean, you know the plan. We're supposed to get there in the morning, kind of go through everything, split up the loot, do whatever we need to do. Obviously, that's going to change a bit. I'm going to send Walter a message, let him know that we're good. See if he wants to keep that going. This is our current plan. If not, I got a place we can lie low for a couple hours. And he like quickly pulls out a gem, whispers a short message into it, which you can hear. It basically says, hey, we got out. We're going to meet up with you guys. Is it going to be the usual location or are we going someplace fancy? Right. And that sends out.
Yeah, I mean, Hagen, it doesn't make sense for us to do anything differently, I guess. I mean, it's just business as usual now, right? So, yeah, all right. So tomorrow we're supposed to meet with him and go over everything. He's gonna be, oh man, Walter's gonna be angry that all went sideways. So I'm not looking forward to meeting up with him. But yeah, I mean, we'll just deal with it as it goes. How's it usually? I mean, what's it usually like when something goes sideways? Do we have anything we got to worry about?
I would say for the next day or two, unless it's going to put you in a real bad spot, don't disagree with them about anything. Right.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't planning on it.
I mean, if he's asking you to climb one of the Colossus statues, maybe that's a little crazy. But if he's just like, no, stuff, guess fuck that, like, Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, kind of keep him leveled off. Don't give him a thing to redirect that anger towards, because
Oh
he's
yeah.
probably looking for one.
Yep. Yeah, nobody could have expected all that. So, who knew that the watch had a whole task force,
There's also
Wild.
some stuff going on in the city. The sending some flashes, and you hear Walter's voice when he plays it. He goes, "The usual spot. I'll bring a couple of extra party favors." Hagen just puts the stone back in his pocket and says, "All right."
Wait, what's he mean by that, Hagen?
He's arming up.
Well, that should be fun.
Listen, I don't think he's going to try and do anything rash and like more rash, I guess. He's bold, but he's not stupid.
All right.
I think we're going to look at a situation where he's probably consolidating.
Okay. All right. No offense, Hagen, but I'd like to meet up with you tomorrow. We don't need to necessarily go lie low at your place tonight. I got my own place I can go hide out at. And do you want to grab some coffee in the morning?
Yeah, we'll get a cup of coffee at the cafe, then head over to the meeting spot.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take this all in, I think, and maybe take a nap. It's been a big day. It's been a heck of a day.
As you go to leave, he just does very casually, kind of like reaches out and touches your shoulder and is like, "Hey, make sure you're there tomorrow."
I'll be there.
All right, get some sleep. It's been a rough day.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll talk more over coffee tomorrow. There's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about, Hagen. About a favor you asked me earlier. What you want me to do for you. I think I need a little something in return, if you don't mind. And we can talk about that more later.
He kind of nods and like actually smiles a bit, like, "Okay,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Too many
See you
problems for
later,
tonight." But yeah, too many problems for tonight. But talk about it over coffee.
All right.
And do you depart? And we zoom out. Everyone else kind of starting to wind down. Lavinia,
Mm-hmm.
how did your night end?
Well, I think so. Before Lavinia leaves to go and finally get some sleep and everything else, she does press on Adven to get that letter, that permissions for B to be able to access the Blackstaff tower.
Yeah, as you two are walking back, trying to change back into not non-watch clothes, right, to kind of blend in. It's like, I didn't say it earlier, but incredible job back there, right? Like I knew the second I picked you to be a deputy, like you would exceed expectations, but thank you.
Of course.
I mean, keeping it casual, saying it casually, but I mean, you did save my life.
Oh, I know. I'm aware that I did that.
Listen, I'm trying to be humble. All right. I knew the second I said it, you'd be like, "I'm never gonna let you forget this."
Never.
But
It's going on my tombstone and yours.
fair enough. You earned it, and I do owe you one, so thank you.
Would it be absurdly early to cash that in?
I don't. I mean, if you got something you need, let me know. I will say this stuff. If you want me to do more stuff tonight, like I am
I need a letter
letter.
tonight.
Okay, what for?
I have received a tip about something that's been done to Lord Neverember's son, Rainier. And there was consultation done on how to treat it, but it requires access to special rooms in the Blackstaff Tower that are not just for anybody. And I need that.
Okay. How urgent?
Honestly, tomorrow morning is going to be later than I'd like. Tomorrow morning is the earliest we can start. Not to be dramatic about it or anything, but it's literally a soul issue, so.
I can get that expedited. So here, walk with me. And he like out towards the street, and he actually flags down a late night carriage. And is like, we're gonna have to go back to. So I can send a sending to the higher Arcanist. I can get her to sign it off tonight. But some I can't do. Just stand in the street.
No, that would be a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, okay.
All right. So you hop in the carriage, doing a quick ride back to the trade board. You've been here before. It's been a minute. What does Advin's house look like?
Advin's house is nice. Advin's house is nice, and it leads into like all of the rumors about like what his life was like before he came to Waterdeep that everyone speculates on. It's clear that he came here. It's clear that he's doing this job not to survive. He doesn't need this job to make his ends meet. But it's also not the most like, it's nowhere near kind of like what Asteria's house was. There's no kind of grandeur to it. But there's also like no paint peeling off of the house facade.
It's nice, well maintained. Things are clean and orderly, and above general quality grade, right? And quickly goes inside and walks through like a little living room, heads back to his office, and he leaves the door open. You can see he just kind of starts going through his desk and pulls out some parchment, starts writing on it. See him pull out seal, wax, pulls out another sending stone out of his desk, and sends a message to the Waterdeep Hierarchonist, right? And waits a few minutes, and you can see he's written out a writ of investigation. He has left some of the details that would normally be filled in here blank because he doesn't have them. And kind of slides the paper to you and says, look, I'm going to sign this letter. I'm going to get the permission from the Hierarchonist to make this happen. Okay? You and I both know full well that this is not procedure. But I trust you, and if you say somebody's in danger, especially as a soul issue, I will sign this.
I swear. This is somebody's life.
Okay. And he signs it, seals it, hands it to you, and says, remember, whatever you do, my name's on that paper, so.
Thank you.
Oh, I owe you.
She kind of like waves the letter a bit. She's like, well, when this is taken care of, back to 0. I'll tell you how it turns out.
Need any other help, let me know.
You should get some rest. You look terrible.
Yeah, it's been a rough night.
Lavinia's gonna leave.
Okay. And you walk out.
Lavinia just doesn't say. She never says goodbye to this man. She
out.
just leaves. Every time she just leaves.
You leave, and there's just like a bit of a just like smile as you walk out. It's like, yeah, it's about right. Closes the door, the lights go off, and he hits the bed and is immediately just asleep. But you have a signed right investigation.
Gonna save Riv's boyfriend.
I assume you go home or to the safe house.
Whichever from the trade ward is closest at this point, whether that be Rainier's, the safe house, or home.
Rainier's is the closest.
Okay.
The safe house is also equidistant, but Rainier's place is nicer.
That's fair. And there is a chance that Brindle's there, and I don't know if Brindle wants to see me like an hour and a half after the last time Brindle saw me. You're muted.
Yeah. Brindle might have a couple words. You never know.
I mean, I'm sure he's gonna have words, but like, I'm also like, let him have his space before he has his words.
Okay.
So I'll go back to Rainier's to
As you would expect, Brindle is going to end up heading toward the safe house. So,
yeah.
You all get some of you get a good night's sleep, but all of you get a long rest. B, unfortunately, you're just a soup of your own thoughts for the night as you kind of work through that.
Fucking cursed rocks, man.
But you all wake up to a much better day. Okay. If nothing else, the fact that the lingering horrors and injuries from the night prior go away. There's still aches and pains, but you're as fit as you possibly could be. And you have a lot of things that you need to take care of. And everyone, of course, through some way or another, gets the morning paper. And maybe everyone knows to expect it, but front page news, so I'm playing with the music, front page news is Zentarum crime element arrested, right? And has a big picture of Captain Advin, Luther Cromwell, Freya Boswell, and Deputy Task Force Commander Lavinia Hale on the front page of this newspaper.
She hates it. She doesn't know where they got this picture.
Describing how the Watch bravely arrested 2 of these members of the Zentarum that were wanted for a number of crimes throughout the city. Just terrible, deadly assassinations and like large-scale spell explosions. They're pending justice from a mass lord tribunal, which is standard practice. Is the music too loud for people, or is it good? Partially asking the chat too. But it's good. Okay, thank you. But the investigation continues because there are other members of the Zentarum at large. Brindle would probably note that Geraldine has, of course, disavowed these two wayward contractors that were not actually Zentarum faction members, and has thrown her support fully behind the watch and says, yes, no, laws must be upheld and further investigations are needed. And has graciously donated 1,000 gold dragons to the relief efforts for the families and victims of these other, of the people who are harmed by these two. And wants to see them thoroughly punished.
It's true, yeah. Definitely keyed in on that. And it does make Brindle wonder, how much does Geraldine know about the city's financial troubles?
It's a good question. Yeah, are there any other newspaper topics that happen to catch your eye? What if I can bring the paper up? Let me try it. I'll try and do a thing midstream. Here we go.
Oh, that has never caused us problems in the past.
Nope, not at all.
I was gonna say the bit about the missing people concerning there's a missing person I didn't know about on there, so that was interesting for me. An additional missing person.
Another missing dwarf.
Another missing dwarf.
Oh, I missed that.
Yep.
Nobody else did. Because he's good. Sorry.
The Vital Life was just silly.
I like the Vital Light. Yeah, I'm sure it's just silly.
It's just silly. It's totally just silly.
It's totally
just silly. Yeah.
I'm not worried about it at all.
Not at all, no.
Isaac got a mention.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There's a big titty dwarf tattoo artist.
That's Lavinia's big titty tattoo artist.
There you go.
That's who did Lavinia's neck.
All right.
Got it all up. Front page news. Waterdeep Watch Task Force captures Zentarum criminals.
We missed the greased pole climbing contest, but there's still time to make it to the seafood cook-off for Fleet's Week.
Fleet's Week opening success events were successful. The Waterdeep government.
Free food?
It is free food.
Oh,
well,
Brindle's interested.
Some of the things are free, like samples. Some of the vendors are paid stalls. It depends on who you're talking to. But all sponsored by the Merchants Guild and the various sub-guilds. But yeah, the Waterdeep government faces unprecedented budgeting concerns for next month. There's a big center page article saying that like a lot of essential services would get their money by the 20th of the month, which was 3 days ago, and have not.
So Lavinia, not Lavinia, I think B seeing that is like, oh, so the Masons Guild is going to go on strike.
Yup. There's a whole. I got bored. I listened. This whole paragraph is just the different fucking things that will go under if there's no money. There's like 40 organizations in this stupid paragraph.
Which is what Sergio was like, hey guys.
It bad.
It bad. That's like, proof of Sergio's concept.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a alleged rise in infernal activity in the city. But the Justicars of the Church of Tyr are telling people to be vigilant, but also act rationally and remain calm, but report anything you see. Right. A couple of missing persons. Worm Stonefist, of course. Nobody knows who that is. At least none of you do. But Hazel Talls is a name that sounds familiar, and Professor Kiris Corbett also both finally reported missing and hitting the news.
Really make things awkward at the Blackstaff Tower, who was like, nah, she's fine.
The Blackstaff Tower commented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not the same comment that they gave B.
It is the exact same comment they gave B.
Mm-hmm.
That she's traveling for work.
Traveling for work.
She's off plane for work. And that's why your sendings aren't working.
But her brother is notably upset.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't heard from Forbidden in a while.
And interestingly, what was that? What was the spell component I saw? What's his face? A grinding up for
Metal iron flakes.
little iron flakes for an imprisonment spell.
No, an imprisonment spell's crazy.
No, that would be wild. That would
It'd
be wild.
That'd be for an anti-magic field.
Ah, of course.
Much better.
Much better.
That's so much better.
Like something you would put
No
around a prison.
problems there.
Couple small business owner profiles. The Curious Critter Emporium is new in the city.
Oh yeah, saw
You just
that
need to
one.
make Tiago in every game you run.
And the Iron Ink Tattoo Parlor, which I think will catch Lavinia's attention.
That's my friend. She's getting.
Yeah, the friend's doing great.
She's moving up in the world. I love that for her. It's like the nicest thing about this newspaper. Everything else is horrific.
Vital Life is doing great. It's making money.
Not horrific at all.
The pole climbing competition is fine.
That's true. That's true. I'm really disappointed that we missed that.
Me too.
Yeah, good old front page Lavinia Hale.
No. It's horrible.
And the rise in infernal activity as well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which is super fine, and I'm not concerned about that.
Nothing to worry. There's nothing to worry about that.
Hey, it clearly says nobody has actually seen a devil in the city.
Except for Riff, who never reported it.
That's true. Nobody here who talked to this newspaper reporter.
Why would they trust cops or reporters?
Correct.
True.
The last reporter I encountered was trying to do an article on me and Rainier.
Oh, Bing York, yeah, he does the people and fashion and all that stuff. Speaking of the last thing I'll note on this administratively, then we'll move on to the next thing, is Bedlam, you pointed it out. I don't know if Brindle noticed this, but actually Rudderbus was the one that reported on the impromptu meeting of all the masked lords that happened 2 days ago. Right?
Yeah, I don't see them here anywhere.
Well, so he also broke the story on.
Oh, there is. Okay, yeah. The budget. Okay.
He broke the story in the budget.
And he broke the story on the Zentarum and had all of those pictures on the front.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that, and B noticed that too.
So.
Oh yeah, I
She's
noticed
gotta be
that.
careful.
Brindle did not notice that.
Actually, is a good investigator. He could be in danger.
I was gonna say that man's in danger.
But
yeah,
that's all of you in your different places kind of wake up to getting the newspaper somehow in some way, right? Either through coffee with Hagen, or having it delivered to Rainier's door, or CW goes outside, I think in his pajama pants and no shirt, and brings it in. It's smoking a pipe in the morning to read it. But all of you also hear a message, and it's Sergio's voice who says, "Good morning, everyone. I know that last night was, well, incredibly tense is an understatement, but I'm glad everyone is okay. I think that we need to meet and have some conversations about what's happened and what's going to happen next."
I imagine that as this comes through, we just pan over to see Riv, who was holding the newspaper up by Lavinia's head, looking back and forth between the picture of Lavinia and actual Lavinia standing in front of them.
That picture's clearly photoshopped.
I don't know where they got that picture. I don't know how they wrote that story so fast. It was 6 hours ago. I'm still tired.
I mean, the city never sleeps.
Nope.
Hi, Sergio.
Good morning,
Riv. Sergio, last time I was at the safe house, there was breakfast here, there was a newspaper. Where there's nothing here today. I guess I'll read it when I go out later. I really thought there was going to be breakfast here.
You gotta get your own breakfast, man.
Riv, the only reason why there was breakfast most mornings is because I made it.
I mean, sure, at the flat, but there was this whole basket of like croissants last time. It was great. It was great. I guess I just thought if I slept here, there'd be breakfast again. Fine.
I will say, if I had had more time, I would have dropped off some provisions. Last night was exceptionally late.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. See, I just thought you had a magic thing here. It's cool. It's cool.
Do you want me
I'll go
to?
get breakfast.
Do you want me to bring you an egg? I can bring you an egg.
Just a single egg.
Yeah, just an egg.
Singular
I can
egg.
offer you an egg in these trying times.
I appreciate your offer for an egg in these trying times. However, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's just I know where that coffee shop is now, so I'll go over there. It's fine.
Surgery will ask, so in terms of meeting, I feel that sooner rather than later is better, but we have to do it sometime today. Do you all want to meet this morning or sometime this evening?
This morning might be better. I have to give B something for the Blackstaff Tower.
Oh, you're gonna make me deliver it? I thought you were gonna have am I gonna have like a deputy or like
I can go
somebody?
with you to deliver it, but I can
come
go
with
with you to
me.
deliver it, but I'm pretty sure I don't actually know what I'm asking for, so you have to be there.
No, I can be there. I can be there to be the letter should say the I'll take a look. I'll take a
Yeah,
look.
you'll take a look.
I'll-
The letter's filled out. The letter will work. It's just a little vague.
Okie
'Cause I got
dokie.
it. I got it from a guy in the middle of the night, so it's a little vague.
A guy? Who were you with last night, Lavinia?
Yeah.
Lavinia just stares Riv in the face and just like taps the newspaper.
Which one of the criminals were you spending the night with, Lavinia?
I slept here, actually.
I noticed. I let you in.
A couple hours later.
I mean, it is Paramore Manor. Who knows what happens in
I'm
overnight?
listening.
We're going to do a side episode and it literally is just like Paramore Manor and like 19 hot tubs. Like, it's the sexiest
Oh my
place on
God.
earth.
We should 1000% port these characters over into Monster Hearts and
Thirsty sword lesbians. Like, yeah, some like
run
some
stupid ass
Stupid side project.
some soap opera.
That'd be the next.
One soap opera session would be clutch.
We talked about doing a beach episode, right? I mean,
You know.
Extra life
Paramore
one
Manor.
shot beach episode Paramore Manor.
beach
There it
house.
is.
It's a Paramore Manor beach house.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How much time does Brindle have to work with between meeting up with Hagen and now? Can he meet?
It is aggressively early right now. So you have enough time to do this meeting and get to your meet up with Walter.
Well, no wonder Brindle's so irritated. There's not even a breakfast here. It is like the sun is just peeking above the mountains right now behind the city. This is wild.
It's like
No,
6
wait, we're on
a.m.
actually, it is the mountains. All right, I was on the right coast. So, Oh man. So, all right. Yeah, I can meet this morning. I might be a little late because I got to grab breakfast on the way, but
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be there. He
doesn't say it, but he just kind of real quick thinks a picture of Troll's Call Manor, and all of you see it in your brain. It's like, we'll see you in about 30 minutes.
wait, Troll Skull Manor?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
it's where you're at right now.
Yeah, that's great.
Brindle will bring you a sandwich. How about that?
Oh yeah, bring me an egg. That'll be great.
He's gonna bring you a single hard-boiled egg.
Perfect. Now Brindle will go grab coffee at the local place for everyone. That'll be
Be'll eat the egg.
No. I said coffee. I didn't say I wouldn't eat the egg.
His heart is set on that egg from B.
Yep.
This is a trying time. I could use the egg.
Yeah, it's fine. It's great. That's why CW keeps chickens.
Facts. You all gather yourselves and head up to Troll Skull Manor, right? Down in Troll Skull Alley, that very loud and busy, like cramped market area full of all sorts of just vendor stalls and like lots and lots of people. It's great. You can just blend into the crowd. I managed to all kind of work your way to the safe house. And once you all arrive, Sergio is kind of taking up a seat at the bar and is just reading through the newspaper. And well, it is, first of all, great to see you all in person. I know it's only been a few days, but a lot has happened.
Does he look like he looked originally, or does he look like he looked in the sewer?
He looks like himself.
Okay.
Again. I will say this, though. Riv, please make if you'd like to, a DC 20, either perception or insight. Wrong system.
Mm. Okay. Okay. That is 22.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to send you a message, and you can choose to do with what you want with this information. But Sergio will ask Brindle, do you still have the stone?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Brindle had to remember for a moment if he had actually told Sergio about the stone that he gotten from the Della.
Sergio's in the group chat, even when we don't talk to him.
Yeah, I've got it right here. In fact, it's great that we're meeting now because I would prefer not to have this anywhere near Walter.
Fantastic. I'm so very impressed with the fact that you managed, especially single-handedly, to just acquire it and then escape. That was just a feat. A feat of daring and, well, intrepid confidence.
Can I do an insight check on Sergio?
Yes, absolutely. Every time he compliments you, you give an insight check. It makes me so happy.
Like,
You
what?
for real, bud?
Are you kidding me? Are you pulling my leg?
Nobody has. He's a farmer. No one compliments you like that unless they're making fun of you.
Where
other people are like,
"Here's my owl bear." We get the owl bear that we don't know where it came from, and I've lost my owl bear window.
Oh, it says you're in here.
Yeah, I've got it open somewhere.
Yeah, it says
there.
The only people in here is me and. Oh, there's Della.
Let me bring it up because I like watching the dice rolls. I turned it off. I was like, we don't need it. It's fine.
I always do the dice rolls in there. That's why I keep it up.
Makes sense.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure this is not going to be great, but for insight, that would be a total of an 8. 8 insight.
You know, Sergio, every time you run into him, just gives you a series of very flowery compliments. He honestly might be into you.
So Brindle like flushes a little bit, like a little embarrassed, like oh man, why is he complimenting me so much? Geez, is Sergio into me? That's weird. I thought this was strictly professional. I don't even. Oh my. But it just kind of rolls along with it, like, you know, keeps that note in the back of his head, like why does he keep complimenting me? What's going on with him? But you know, slightly embarrassed, a little flush. Hands over the stone to Sergio. Like, oh yeah, I did my best. I had a lot of help though. You know, I mean, everybody was there.
No, Lavinia and B were both just incredibly daring to run in and to make sure that was all sorted, and I got there as fast as possible. I mean, that's the point, right? We're a group. We're here to help each other. But the fact that you took that initial step was just, well, thank you for doing so. It's got us one step closer to our goals.
Oh, yeah, can I have the yellow one to put in the green one?
It is a blue one.
Oh, the blue one.
Yeah, you have the yellow one
I
already.
have the yellow one already.
Yeah, it's a little blue one.
Yeah, wait, what are we doing with this again?
They go in the
for some reason,
maguette.
I can't.
They go in the maguette. They
B
decorate
pulls-
the maguette.
B is
In
going
the
to reach,
eyelids. They just
B is going to reach
Sorry,
into.
I wasn't actually asking for me. I was asking for Brindle, who had his memory wiped
Oh,
about
yeah.
the Mac.
Yep.
Yeah. B is going to reach into the bag of holding that she got from Brindle and pull it out and be like, "This little fucker."
What is that?
That's
Okay.
horrifying.
It is
Yes.
creepy. Is that the breakfast you brought?
Is that
Oh
an egg?
no, I have that in here too, though. Here,
Oh, thank you.
it's still warm. Bags of holding actually are really good for like thermoregulation and stuff like that because there's like no leak. So that's kind of nice. Sort of an extra dimensional like stasis chamber. You don't want to be in there as like a living being, but for like cooked stuff, they're great.
Sergio asks,
Okay.
when you added the Yellowstone to the Emerald, was there any change or effect?
yeah.
And
Lavinia is the one who did it.
Mhm.
And so she'll speak up and she'll be like, well, he was a little chatty. He got a lot more chatty.
Wait, it talks?
It
sorry,
talks.
it talks.
Oh, it talks.
It talks.
And
It's got a lot of opinions. It gave me I believe I passed this on to B when B took hold of it, but it did tell me that I wouldn't need to sleep anymore.
Oh yeah, nope, fully aware of that. I did equations all night.
B, the stone is actively talking to you. As soon as that gem comes out, you hear it just say, courier, that is another piece of myself. Please retrieve it and help me become one step closer to whole.
If you say put it in me, I swear to God, I'm flinging you out a window.
It would not go inside of me. It is an attachment to my form.
That's better, marginally. B is fully saying those things out loud.
Attempting to put it inside of me would potentially rupture my actual form itself.
Lavinia's just like nodding. She can't hear it, but she understands.
I'm really thank you for the oh, so is your consciousness is actively entangled within that crystalline matrix of the emerald itself.
Yes and no.
So damaging the emerald, sort of in the same way that damaging. We know that head trauma damages the behavioral things that people do. Would damaging the crystalline structure of the emerald change your character, your behavior?
Are you gonna give it brain
No.
damage?
I'm not going to give it brain damage. I just wanted to understand the nature of carbosilicate matrix intelligences.
In the same way that sorry, wrong voice. In the same way that if you were to have your hand smashed by a hammer, it would not necessarily change your ability to function, but it also would. Damage is cosmetic, but still also hinders.
Okay, yeah, I get you. So what's going to happen if I put this if I attach this prosthesis to you?
Well,
That is actually worse. Actually, what if I give you the other one?
Lay it on him.
What's going to happen?
well, I would become one step closer to being whole. That's what will happen.
Wait,
Are you
I don't get
asking
it.
for a reward?
No,
Do we work
no,
for this thing?
No, I'm just curious because
Sergio's like, I don't. It talks.
Lavinia kind of like
experimenting?
Lavinia kind of like
B's like, okay, all right, hold on.
This is an important note too, though. You did tell Sergio once before it talks, and he does not seem to remember it.
Oh no, it's just the two of them. Okay, so Sergio,
Are you okay? Are you exuding some kind of effect that causes people to not remember the things that you can do?
In a sense, yes.
If I go over and just like put my hand on the emerald where B is also holding it, can I join this conversation?
Actually, B was going to ask its permission to
I
broadcast it to the network.
Hmm.
Lavinia,
Mhm.
as you go to lay a hand on it, do me a favor and make a dexterity saving throw.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't touch it.
I think I gotta make the roll.
I think you got to make. I think you got to make the roll because you might not get there before B says something. Because B might have made it dangerous for people who aren't her to touch.
Okay. Well, does a 17 do me okay?
It does. You sense that as you reach towards it, and you hear like B just go to don't touch it. This thing B doesn't bother you, but Lavinia, you feel like a incredible amount of heat come off of it, and feel it's about to lash out at you, and then you quickly withdraw, and it simmers down immediately.
I let you throw my consciousness back through time and space itself to give me a history lesson, and you're gonna threaten me like this?
You are not my courier.
I thought we were friends.
I was given away.
You're still in the group. You're in the club.
And then it is actively talking to both B and Lavinia now. And we'll go back and answer B's question and say, there are those who can handle the transference of my consciousness and those who cannot. My goal is to protect myself first and my courier second. You have been kind enough to take on those responsibilities, therefore I offer you my protection.
Do you mind if I broadcast the things you are saying to me into our group sending so that we can all have a conversation?
I can simply speak to them if you wish me to.
Sure.
And then, bam, all of your brand minds are suddenly linked into this thing.
Everybody, this is Green Rock.
Is that
Actually,
like
do
their
you have
last
a name?
name?
Do you have a name?
I
that
mean,
I
it had
should
like a
tell me?
title. It was the Emerald of what was it?
Allure?
Yeah, was it Galore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Emerald
So
of
technically,
Galore.
it's got like a name as far as like the music. That's what it says in the newspaper when they're all looking for it because we stole it. But
I mean, that's what the DM called it. It has not actually given the name of itself.
Do you have a name that you would prefer to be called?
I feel that Green Rock is descriptive enough. Attempting to formulate my consciousness into a concept would be complicated.
Green Rock.
Okay.
Everybody, this is Green Rock.
Why are we looking for
What
pieces
is
to
happening?
what?
okay,
Sergio's
so-
like, I did not know that the stone spoke. I knew that the stone was necessary as a component to find the missing, the stolen treasure, but this is a whole nother layer. Oh,
Who told you, Sergio, that the stone was important for locating the treasure?
That's a good question.
And are they a person that you trust very, very, very much?
for the second part, no, I don't trust them at all. I would ask, and he's honestly God, like just staring at this rock and like trying to assess like what this is going to do to like the whole something that is happening. B, I would ask that I will. Do you trust Mr. Greenrock?
I trust that Green Rock will act in its best interests primarily, and my interests secondarily as its courier. What its best interests are, I do not know. But it wants to be whole again. These prostheses, as far as it's been able to explain to me, and Green Rock, please let me know if I'm getting any of this wrong. These prostheses represent wells of power and, in some aspects, memory.
That is
Like
effectively accurate.
stores of power and information, which, when you get down to it, are basically the same thing. If you when you get down to it.
Sergio kind of takes a second and says, well, I place my trust in all of you, and therefore, if you place your trust in Mr. Greenrock, I will place my trust in Mr. Greenrock as well.
You can trust Green Rock as long as I'm holding it.
I'd
It
remember that.
was
I remember.
it was very honest with me, but I don't think it likes me very much.
I think that when it is, if it is taken from me, and I have asked it to take steps to ensure that that does not happen.
Oh, I cannot be
Uh,
taken from you.
huh?
I cannot be taken from you.
Well, that's nice.
Hmm?
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, for
Yeah.
the purposes of our
checking.
goals, yes, but like, do you mean like in a sense like you'll come back to be, or do you mean like you'll kill before that happens? Just out of curiosity.
There's no possible scenario in any world or universe where something could forcibly take me from B.
I mean, okay, but what about you just choosing to leave?
Like that can of spaghetti or raviolis in that fucking commercial.
If I were to choose to leave, then I could simply leave. But I'm enjoying this journey. I'd like to continue it. B has helped me, and Lavinia as well has helped me recover parts of myself.
So let me like correct me if I'm just way off base here, but it sounds like we have this big plan and everything hinges on the whim of this rock. And if it's not having fun, it might just take off. Why do we need it to how are we supposed to use this to get the treasure? And why only this thing?
So
That's a
Sergio
Sergio question.
says, okay. The reason that I know that we need this rock is because I intercepted some correspondence that described how Mr. Greenwalker was used to potentially move or hide this treasure. Part of that correspondence also suggested that if the eyes were removed, it would not be able to function fully or be able to recall it. So this magical device here, Mr. Greenrock, is effectively our key to this.
Oh, so it's the only thing that might know where the treasure has been put, and might be the only thing that could actually get to it.
Well, I'm also about to potentially uncover the location of of uh, 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 of Rainier's father, who we're pretty sure is the one who stole the treasure.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Um,
really useful.
so,
Okay.
in which case, our plan does not necessarily hinge on Mr. Greenrock. I, I, I'm, I'm probably going to keep looking for the other eye, the last eye,
Well, we know where that
because,
is.
yeah.
Well, kind of.
Oh wait,
Well, it was
where was it?
We know it was stolen, and we're pretty sure we know who was stolen by.
Yeah.
This should be our next order of business. But until then,
Well, our next order of business, actually, Sergio, is we have to save Rainier's soul.
Which is the thing that gets us into figuring out where Lord Neverember is. But I will say, only Lavinia and I need to do that. And in terms of like sneaking around and stealing stuff from other people who steal stuff, that's the two of y'all. That's I mean, that's you guys are you walk through walls. I seen you do it.
And
This
Riv is
is-
very distracting.
This is
Riv
very
is
valuable.
very distracting, and I'm pretty sure has already made out with this person.
Oh, you think Astaire did it? I don't think Astaire did it.
Oh no, I don't think Astaire did it. I think Astaire's sexy sister did it.
I haven't made out with her sexy sister yet.
Yet.
Okay.
Peacefully.
Okay.
She has a
It's
name.
It's on the list.
But
Potentially, but we also need
That's how this
to
goes.
get Rainer's soul back.
I'm working on that. I will be that. What I'm suggesting is, Lavinia and I can work on that, and maybe you guys can work on the other part of the stone. In the meantime, would you mind if I unite my not a familiar? I think I might be its familiar.
It kind of seems that way, yeah.
Yeah.
In a way to not be insulting, we'll call ourselves temporary allies. Or
That's
temporary. It's a great word.
Your existence being more temporary than mine.
Oh, it talked about this with me too when it was taking me on the trip through time. It's gonna live forever, and we're not, so.
Well, yeah, it's a rock.
I think it's an alien, actually, but
It's okay. It's an alien. It's an alien consciousness housed in a crystalline matrix. Like it's gonna live for. I'm a wizard. I deal with this sort of thing. This isn't that. This is okay. This is weird for like my level of experience, but this stuff happens.
I was going to say the two of you are taking this exceedingly well.
We've been talking to it for a while, to be fair.
It's true.
And Brindle was talking to it for a while too, which is why he was real excited to hand it off to me. But he doesn't seem like he remembers that now.
Yeah, I don't. What? I've never seen this thing before.
Curry, would you like them to remember?
It would actually be helpful for these people to remember you.
I don't know if I want the thing anywhere near my mind.
I don't think it experiences consciousness in the same way that we do.
Look, I'm just saying you guys are really easygoing with this thing that you've talked to a lot, and you want it to go near my memories. I don't know.
Okay, if you would prefer not, if you don't want to remember it, then that's fine.
Yeah. It's not anything against remembering. It's the means for getting there. I am not trusting of this thing yet. No offense, Mr. Greenstone, sir, person thing.
It would be helpful, however, if they could remember this conversation.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, like, yeah. Please don't mess with my head anymore. That would be really great.
Brindle's so sick of mind games.
B is going to send real quick to the stone silently. Like, you don't have to answer that. Don't respond to that. You don't have to make any promises.
No, if you insist.
There are times where people gotta fuck with brains for their own good, and B is not closing that door.
Okay. So
sorry. Sometimes neutral good puts you way close to true neutral.
You know, sometimes you come to a city thinking you're going to find a bunch of good friends, and what you find are some temporary allies that are going to mess with your brain. I don't know.
I am a good friend, and I know that sometimes there's shit you don't want in your brain.
Uh-huh. Is this the same friend that stalked Rip?
We've grown.
I
since
was
then.
very drunk at the time, and it was Volo's idea.
You slot the other gem?
Yes, I will. If nobody stops me and is like, then yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
And hopefully this thing doesn't suddenly turn red and start fucking
Growing
levitating shit.
tentacles and eating you.
Yeah.
You slot the gem and wait a beat as you kind of hold your breath to see what happens. And initially, nothing. But you all just kind of feel the gem just breathe a sigh of relief. It says, that's much better. Things are much more clear. Thank you, courier. I would like to reward you for your efforts. And as a result, you get an extra second level spell slot.
Ooh.
You also write this down so that it is remembered.
Okay.
When you take damage, something good will happen.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is this just because I told you I haven't taken damage yet?
And that you're a
Giving
soft
me
squishy
stuff?
wizard.
Nope. There's also another thing to write down, which is the next time you sleep, we'll discuss further.
Mm.
And that could be a while because you don't sleep.
It's true. I don't need to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
3
But-
plus 1, and what was that? Oh, when damage.
Not if, but when.
When
He
you
said
sleep.
you take damage.
Listen, he what he's just doing right now is just being like, oh, I need to cast more AOE's.
You're at the right level.
Mm.
Um,
Good things will happen, you said?
good things will happen.
You know, we're
Next time you sleep, something interesting will happen.
33% higher level than we were the last time we were in combat. So
It's
you never know what he's going to throw at us
true.
next.
Mind flares.
Andy, no.
Please.
The Tourette's just comes in, stomps on the city, and just leaves.
Nope.
Unnecessary. But Sergio has been like kind of watching this and listening to this. And you don't like no one needs insight for this. Like you can see this dude is just straight calculating like all the new variables that have been introduced with this like wild ass item. Like he hasn't blinked since he's like looked at it. Then just shakes his head and goes, well, we're one step closer to our goal. And Lavinia, I do not believe I answered your initial question of do I trust the person I learned this information from? The answer is, of course, no. Because I learned it from Big Old Neverember.
You're reading his mail.
Among other things, yes. But he was cautious. Cautious enough. Took quite some time to glean what he was actually conveying.
Well, we know he wants the stone. He sent that freak to steal it before he sent him to deal with Rainier, so. He wants it for something, and that's, for me, that's as good enough reason as any to make sure he doesn't have it. Whether it helps us or not.
I agree.
Hopefully we're not putting it together for him. Hopefully.
If I am not mistaken, I believe he himself was the one that disassembled it.
That's
When?
I don't know.
Because he's, timeline-wise, he's only been gone for a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Rainier's had that necklace from his mom since his mom died, and she's been dead for years.
Mm-hmm. He's been dead for a couple years. Got 3.
So whatever he did with the stone the first time was years ago.
There's a
Enoch, can you
th-
recall when you were disassembled?
roll a die. It glows a bit and just says, there are pieces of me missing that are so fuzzy.
Do you recall having this man as your courier and thinks an image of Diggle Neverember?
Yes.
Did this man disassemble you?
I do not know.
Hmm.
Returning my eyes has increased my clarity, and well, I appreciate that, but there's still pieces missing.
Yes, I understand.
A pieces or just the one? How many
No.
are missing?
One
3.
one
There's one
piece,
left.
if you will, but pieces in terms of things that I recall.
All right. So it does seem like we really need to go find this last one.
What color is the last one? Because we got yellow, blue,
Red.
red.
Red? Hmm.
Says Sudri says, okay. So we have to help Rainier. We have to find out where Rainier's necklace was taken, as we think the stone is in there. Okay. Let's talk tactics. I think that we've all started to gain a greater appreciation of one another, our skills, our abilities, and looking deeper into what's going on here.
Brindle gives Lavinia a look. Like, yeah, certainly getting an idea of people's skills.
There's no change in Lavinia's expression at all.
I've been working on my own to uncover information, get us leads, get us closer to where I think we need to go. I'll admit I have not shared all details with you all. I wanted to make sure that you were people I could trust. Nothing has changed, but I'd like some of you to start potentially coming with me. You don't have to, of course, but the opportunity or offer is there.
I mean, I'm interested. Yeah. Where are we going?
However needed. Instead of just me running through the city by myself, there are people to talk to, conversations to open, goods to exchange to find out where we need to go next. And just because we know where a gem is does not mean we can always get to it.
Brindle recognizes that Sergio is a man who has access to a lot of money.
Yes, he does. And speaking of, he will say, as things are about to get more dangerous too, I'd like to give you all some new equipment. I think it'll increase our chances. And then what I'll say is a DM Eben note. So you can take another uncommon magic item or 300 gold.
Ooh.
And you don't have to grab it now, but like it is something that you'll be able to. He can just give you the gold. You can go buy it, or he can like go out and get it, and we'll have it next time you stop somewhere. So by the end of the day, I took my best guess the first time, and it seems that those things helped. But I'd like to further equip you.
Where's that ring of fire resistance for Brindle?
You need it.
I think I did go digging around for this a while back. I don't think it's an uncommon item, and that was the issue. It's like
Oh, it's like a
pretty
rare,
rare.
wondrous
Yeah.
item.
But
I mean,
you
that would make sense. You
can
can
also-
save for it.
you can also use the money to buy like scrolls and shit if you want to do that instead. Right? You got options.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
Oh, Brindle is going to make sure while he's out and about time today to buy some healing potions. This is on the list today.
Gonna leave this house, buy some healing potions
On the
Mhm.
way to his next coffee.
on the way
Yes.
to coffee with Hagen.
Yeah.
and after that, I think people kind of start planning what they're doing for the day, right? And Sergio just kind of comes over, walks over to Riv, and just says, "So where do you think this stone is?"
I think Astair's sister has it, and I would imagine it's at their mansion.
Well, as I understand, you have some history with the stair. Is that something we can use to get them to pay a visit? Or do we have to be a little more aggressive about this one?
I think, as the point was made, that I can be a good distraction. I think that should be enough to give Brindle an opening to see about finding the necklace.
He nods and says, "I'm more than happy to come along to assist you. There are also other things I can do in the city to help our chances." And it's also just kind of talking to the group as well.
Yeah, this is sorry, Astair. She was the one that was unexpectedly part of a really wealthy family. Did you say?
Yes,
Yes.
Esther Rasnar.
The actress.
We're gonna break into her house while you're distracting her. Okay.
It's not her that I'm concerned about, it's her sister. Her sister has already held me at knife point once.
And
Okay.
her sister might be the Black Viper. If that
That's-
statue has anything to do with it.
Right. Okay.
Unless we're completely
But this is the same
miscalculating
house,
and it's
right?
the stair.
Okay.
When would Astair have the time?
No shows right now.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true, the theater's in shambles.
Yeah.
theater caught fire and is having issues.
Gotta resort back to your life of crime. The theater's in shambles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have a side hustle.
Every hustle's a side hustle if you have enough of them.
That's true.
But yeah, okay. So the same house, though. Same house, same wealthy family. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm in. I'm interested.
Sergio, I think it would be good to have you on standby since Lavinia and B will be otherwise occupied.
Of course, I'll remain close.
I do need to go take care of a couple things today. beforehand. I gotta go buy some potions and, gotta meet up with somebody and take care of some stuff. But yeah, anytime after that, though. Yeah.
I think this is best for an evening approach.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it is darker out. Nobody expects it in broad daylight, though. So.
Yeah, but these are the idle rich, so they actually might be at home in the day.
That's the thing. Yeah, they hang
Right.
out in the house in the daytime, and then they just go off into the city at night for parties.
Swanning
Rosnars
around in
will-
fancy bathrobes.
The
At least
Rosnars
that's
will
what I assume they
also
do.
the Rosnars will also have security.
Yeah, actually, Sergio, that'd be great with some help figuring that out. You're really good at, casing these places, scoping it out.
Do you have any of
Knowing
your
what's
sleep
going on.
darts? Do you have any of your sleep darts left? I have some of my sleep darts left. Do you want them?
Oh, I'm sure I do. I
Man.
don't think I used any.
Now, just like I think one was used, two were
Two.
used.
I tried using one and it completely fucked up.
And then I stabbed one into the greasy bitch's neck.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that was it. We did not use them as darts. They were not used for their intended purpose. Nobody threw or blew a dart.
I mean, I think we've still got quite a bit left from Delacar's loot there, right? Did we even end up really using the changing potion? Because we got tickets and went right in, right?
Lavinia did for I think Lavinia is the only one who used one, and it was when we went in at night because Riv changed themselves.
Oh, right.
You were already in there,
Yep.
and B was invisible. So we should
That's right,
have,
I
I
forgot you
think,
used
one.
one. Yeah.
Because I think there was two,
Yeah,
so
'cause
there should be one.
We had two originally, so we've still got one of those. Got a grappling hook.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I think there was a scroll. There was a scroll of some kind, and I can't remember what it did. I don't have it noted here.
It's
was
a
that
scroll of knock.
Oh, can I transcribe that?
Oh,
I
Yeah.
want that spell.
Absolutely, you can.
Can I transcribe that? I'm gonna transcribe that.
Mhm.
Hold on.
that would
Real
be a
quick.
cool
Is
spell.
knock. What level is knock?
Second, I believe. You look it up.
Hey, and you have one of those extra second level spell slots.
I do, but spell slots is not the same as spells known. And I'm a high enough level now that I actually have to get serious about
Second level.
about my I have not been tracking my spells like
What's memorized versus
what's
not.
memorized versus not.
Okay.
And I'm a high enough level now with the variety of spells. I can't just be the coolest sorcerer on the block. I have to actually act like a wizard.
I mean,
Otherwise I would be the most broken character in anywhere.
but you are the coolest gnome on the block,
I
regardless.
am
That's true.
I am the coolest gnome on the block. I'm the only gnome on the block. Most of us don't like cities very much.
As you all kind of wrapping this up, Sergey will say, he kind of points to the newspaper article of like the city funding starting to fail. He says, "You see why this is important, right? It's
Oh yeah, they don't have any money.
the domino effect, of course, is incredibly dangerous."
Oh yeah, without well, it sort of gestures to Lavinia. Without money, they don't have the power to maintain the state-sanctioned monopoly on violence.
Sergio just does kind of smirk and goes, "Let's it does beyond that though. Trade, sanitation, diplomacy, all those things will start to break down. People will not be able to get goods. People will start to not be able to get food. There will be just enough systems will break that it will cause pain. And then we could have a discussion of whether or not the system as it is good. But my goal is to alleviate suffering from the people that live in it."
Yeah, seems like it would be pretty chaotic.
The ones who are wealthy.
And I
will
assume a
suffer.
lot of the families and the merchants and the guilds that have a lot of money still would start taking over
Well, the
the city,
Castellanters,
right? So
Castellanters have that like their own secondary bank that they're trying to set up. That's concerning because the Castellanters are as untrustworthy as they come.
And okay, I have some patchwork concepts. You work with uh the Grocers Guild, and I work with the Masons Guild. I think it's possible that we can set up not just like through the guilds, like the heads of the guilds are all already meeting behind this, but I think it might not be a bad idea for us, you and I, uh uh Brindle, to talk about setting up she says something in Gnomish, and it says, I think the best translation is like mutual aid network.
Hmm.
It's like the way that trees interact with mycelia.
Um, I so okay. Well, I'm really low on. Oh, I do know Gnomish. Ah, I know
This
Gnomish. I
yeah,
understood you.
nice. This is something that I think we should, like, in passing, maybe mention to people who are way more socially adept than we are and have more time on their hands. Like, this is something that we should just be like, "Hey, would you like this hot potato? It's yours." And then book it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm really low on the ladder at the Grocers Guild, the Farmers Guild, but I
That's what
will
I'm saying. I think this
certainly
is
mention the concept to them and see if it's something they want to
no,
grab hold of.
this would be
Sure.
something for the lower level members to help their communities, because the upper level members are going to be fine. Like, this is something that you would talk to popular lower level members of those organizations. That's my plan for the Masons Guild, at least.
And of course, send letters of introduction and start the conversation. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Letter.
Yeah. All right.
I was gonna start by buying someone a beer, but
That also works.
Brindle sees some value in this. This does allow him to get closer to the more popular guild members, which is always a good thing. Brindle likes having those contacts.
but again,
So
I think as you say, this is maybe a problem for tomorrow. And today,
sure, yeah. I also, yeah, I like the idea of handing it off to somebody who maybe is investing a little bit more of their time into, local, giving back locally. Yeah. Yep.
yep.
Brindle's great. When Brindle goes walking up there to the Grocers Guild, he loves saying hi to everybody, loves being seen, talking to people, but to actually spend his day helping them all run their businesses better, that is, oh my gosh. Yeah, he wants to find a way out of that quickly, but yeah, absolutely.
The thought of
Yeah.
that poor farmer who you were paid to stop the theft while you committed the theft, and Lavinia's just standing there like
he got an insurance payout.
He did. Yeah. He hopefully that check didn't bounce because it might have come from the city, but well,
hey, who
poor
knows?
Shemp. Poor Shemp. So okay.
But as you all have a bunch of stuff to do today. Like, you got a meeting with Walter. Riv, you sent a letter of introduction to the Castellanters to go kind of be a liaison for them in the theater, like as an arts program, like liaison director or some fancy title. B, you have to go figure out how to, like, what would you say, get Rainier out of the astral hell that he's currently in?
astral projection hell.
Astral projection hell, thank you. And Lavinia, like, there's just a lot on your plate that you're kind of juggling still, as you're seeing the ripple effects of being front page news and how that's going to play out.
I hate that. I'm going with B. I'm going with B to deliver this letter. And then after I deliver the letter, then I'll be concerned about what I have to do once they kick me out, because I'm sure they're not going to let me stay and hang out.
Oh, there's also, and this is check my notes. Yep. Is on my checklist of 7 things to do this session. Lavinia, you have a sending stone, and it pings.
Yeah. Hello?
Normally, you have a work one for like important issues that come up. It's not that one.
Oh, God.
It's the one from your dad.
Papa.
It pings. You hear not your dad's voice. It says, "Hello, this is a message for Lavinia Hale. I'm contacting you on behalf of your father. He's currently occupied, but does wish to speak to you rather soon about an issue of great importance. And says he would be willing to meet you at your family home."
Understood. Shove it back in my bag. Just like, fuck.
What was that?
I have to go see my dad. And it's probably not something good because it wasn't even him who called me. It was some rando. Just either means it's like, oh, I wonder if someone tried to kill him again. You know, actually, maybe.
Well,
Brindle was smirking at Lavinia, taking great joy in watching her under some pressure today. But at that is like,
That
okay.
again.
Families are weird.
You don't. You're so weird. So complicated.
So just says,
Oh no.
I will let you, of course, get to what you need throughout the day. I will be in contact with most of it. I have a few last minute things I need to smooth over. Are there any questions for me before I leave?
what's the best way to contact you if we need you? And what kind of support is it reasonable to assume that you may be able to provide?
Those are good questions. A direct sending will often work. There are times when I will, let's say for security reasons, I will have my sending stone off my person.
Of course.
You are a diviner, you know how that can go.
Oh yeah.
But I make a point to be close and have ways to get things relayed quickly. In terms of support, as a physical asset, it is myself and whatever items, gear, potentially hirelings and mercenaries that we can acquire. Obviously, the more time I have to help you with something, the better prepared it can be. But
actually, with that
I've
point, then,
I've built up a lot of favors over the years, and those can be cashed in to help get us what we need quickly. If it is a matter of urgency, such as yesterday, it may just be myself and whatever I can manage to do to help ease the situation.
Okay.
I think it would be super helpful if we were able to have somebody monitor Esther's home today to see who's going in and who's going out, so that by the time we do have to infiltrate, we'll have some idea of maybe what's going on there, what kind of servants go in and out, what kind of people visit, just in case we have to disguise, have an awareness of who is maybe in the house currently, things like that. That would actually be useful, I think, for us.
He nods, reaches into small bag that he's carrying and pulls out a simple white crystal, unfolds a piece of parchment with an arcane sigil on it, puts the crystal on the parchment. It activates and turns yellow like a sending stone. And he relays your request to somebody.
I like that. That's almost better than breakfast.
And once that, you just hear his side of the conversation where he says, I want you to watch them, see what they do for the day. I will get that information from you in the normal way. And then after the conversation is over, refolds that piece of parchment, puts it back in his bag, picks up one of the like heavy cups on the table and just smashes the rock.
The
standing stone.
Oh, okay.
And says, done.
Okay,
Right.
very cool.
All right. B looks like startled for a second, and then like it's gonna just kind of quietly pick up Green Rock and put it back in the bag.
I'm
Just
sorry you
kind of
had to
like
see
a-
that.
Yeah, kinda. like
Meanwhile, what
pretty sure
Brandon's just
it's not.
thinking,
Pretty
like,
sure it's not afraid of any.
Green Rock doesn't give a shit. It's just like
Green Rock does not give a shit, but B's just kind of like, I'm gonna put my rock away.
Brindle is impressed and is again thinking, I should spend more time with this guy.
Ooh. I feel like we just unlocked the second dating sim.
Second layer.
The second layer.
Not what I meant. However, Brindle's still not sure if he's interested or not, so it's but no, this is purely like this guy has accumulated some connections and power and resources.
We'll have to see how Sergio cleans up for the shipwrights ball.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh boy.
Sergio can be invited to Paramore Manor.
Sergio, if he's going to show up, is just going to take his glasses off, and that's going to be his cleanup.
Yeah, but suddenly he takes his glasses off, but somehow like also gets a flawless like blow dry at the same time, and like his fingernails are suddenly
a little more like tailored.
like his fingernails are real clean,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a Sergio version of Clark Kent versus Superman, right?
It's been a minute.
Ready for the party.
Is this the one? No,
Paramore Man.
Are you looking for him? It's the professor from Casa de Papel.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna put up an image because it's been a minute since I've had him up here.
You should, because he's great.
He's very hot.
Also, if you haven't seen Casa de Papel, you should.
Quite good. This is Sergio. Like I said, the glasses just come off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's just ready to go.
Wait, Casa de Papel? I thought he was from that other show that I still haven't watched yet that I needed to watch.
Money Heist is the English name for it.
Which terrible name. I like House of Paper better, but whatever.
Yeah.
Got it.
As he's getting ready to leave, though, as that's kind of been taken care of, he looks around and I want to make a roll real quick. Rib, if you'd like to, please make a deception check. I just want to see how well you're potentially hiding your emotions or thoughts.
Sure. I would love to do that.
Stuff you're probably noodling. I don't know.
Yeah. There might be some things that I'm thinking about. All right, so I have advantage on this roll.
Cool. The number to beat is a 24.
Okay. That is, I don't think it beats a 24. I think that's a 23. Let me check. Yep.
Okay.
That is a +5 with an 18.
Hell yeah. That's a good roll.
Skirt that line.
Yeah, great roll, though.
There's there's a moment where he's gonna leave. He like takes off his glasses, cleans them real quick, puts them back on, and kind of looks directly at Riv and goes, "This is subtle, right? It's not like he's," but just makes eye contact with Riv and just goes, "Any other concerns?"
And while Sergio was doing that, Riv was studying his face, really taking it in,
Mm-hmm.
committing it to memory,
I feel real confident about that.
trying to put some pieces together, and they meet Sergio's gaze without hesitation and just say, no, nothing at all.
Very well. Good luck to all of you. I will see you later tonight. And he heads out the door.
His face is incredibly symmetrical.
Huh?
I think
Nothing. Nothing at all.
it's so ominous. I don't like where this is going. But
Do you think he's like you?
Hey, how could he be a Riv?
Like I said, like sheep.
I don't know.
That is common knowledge at this point. We know that you can
Yes.
do
Yeah,
that.
you
I'm not-
showed us.
I am
Yes.
99.9%
No, it
certain that was
is.
true, but
Oh,
suddenly I doubted
it's
it.
true, but
I had moments of
Brindle, I
doubt.
don't think
We
understands
just
that
haven't
these.
talked about it.
We just kind of all acknowledged. We said, "Oh, this is okay."
This
Lavinia-
is something that happened.
Lavinia deliberately turned around when Riv changed themselves into the museum curator because
yeah.
it was like, this feels like a private thing. But that's like, I think, the closest we've ever really gotten to discussing it.
Well,
But the whole symmetry of the face thing is what I don't think Brindle was following there. Yeah.
well, I mean, some people just kind of are like super symmetrical and things like that. It happens, and like you can like there's like magical stuff you can do and like augments and things like that. But I suspect someone who's operating at his level. Operating at his level, I wouldn't wear my real face to this to meeting contractors.
What do you think, Rib? Do you think he's a shapeshifter?
I don't think it's respectful or appropriate to be speculating on that. I was just commenting on how handsome he is.
Oh.
I think it's completely reasonable to be deeply suspicious of the man paying us to do crime, and wondering about how, if at all, I keep leaning out of the frame. Deeply suspicious of the people who's paying us money to do crime. So whether or not, I don't mind, if I don't care his species, but like.
I hope it's not impolite to be suspicious, because like I don't want to come across as that.
You should be
impolite,
suspicious of
but
everyone.
I should be now. Oh my gosh.
Lavinia just like looks at him.
Regardless of Sergio, we should probably go see about casting doing some big old magic.
Yeah,
and seeing if the university will let me do some big old magic.
Well, with this writ, they should allow it.
Well, let's see if they let me do it or if they take it away from me and say, no, only someone of... This is faculty only. Not lowly TAs.
It's high-level magic.
It's also always possible, like B said, like if we're walking away, this would be something that B would say. It is also always possible that I can't do this. Like, not in a, like, they'll stop me, just in a, I'm not a high level mage. I'm a grad student.
I have faith in you, B.
Faith
I
is
mean, you could
great.
always
Physics
use that
exist.
rock.
I could use you.
I would be
Mm,
happy to travel with you through the astral realms. I'd be concerned about the impact it could have on, well, your consciousness, but I feel you are mentally strong enough to handle it.
I will. So that's like a 800 level class. I'm still kind of working my way through the prereqs. The
If you change your mind, I'm happy to take you on a voyage to the astral sea.
sick. That sounds extremely rad. Um, but before we take any astral sea voyages, let's trace ourselves astral projection.
Okay. And you all kind of start heading your different ways for the morning, right? To go to these meetings and keep juggling these chainsaws that you don't want to drop. And as we kind of fade out from this safe house meetings, we're gonna take a break real quick. It's early, right? You got an early start today. It's probably about 7 a.m. at this point. You're a little tired from last night, but it's not an exhaustion thing. It's just a lingering. It's been a rough couple of days, but you all disperse into the crowd and kind of vanish, heading to different places. And we zoom out to see that in Baldur's Gate, sorry, wrong study, in Waterdeep. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, so not all the gates are open all the time, right? During the evening, they close certain ones because, well, it's safer that way, right? I'm trying to pull up my map. There we go. In Watergate. Yeah, no, you're not wrong here. So traditionally, like the main north gate and south gate and the north and south gates would remain open at night. Everything else starts to open up again around dawn, right? And we see approaching the river gate from the west a smaller figure on horseback, but it's a small horse too, being towing a cart. Cart rolls up to the gate, and the guards, of course, standing out there say, "Oh, what, sir? What brings you to the city?" Says, "Trade caravan, fresh shipment. Gotta bring it in. Be here for a couple days." Say, "Oh, with the guild?" So yeah, got my papers right here. He hands over the papers and attaches a small photo of this little gnomish gentleman. Guard looks at it, looks at the cart. Gotta do a quick inspection, regulation. All right, go ahead, be my guest. Got nothing to hide. Encircle the cart, take a look inside. A few trade goods, some boxes, some crates, some sacks. Nothing very impressive. So, all right, you're all good, sir. You can head on in. And the gnome reaches back for his papers, and we see the name Jarrett Greenlee on the papers as he puts them back into a pouch on his belt. It says, "Mitochondria. Enjoy your day." Heads into the city. I'll take a quick break.
Mm-hmm.
This is fine.
Yeah. Just some merchants, merchants are good. The city needs money, we got these guys who got trade goods. Like,
City needs money,
who
and
doesn't love a local economy?
it's good. It's good. We're gonna need people in the local economy to really be stepping up their efforts to feed the city.
Hmm. And
That's going to
because
be real important in the coming days.
I can't miss the joke. It's a gnome trader, so it's a small business owner.
Fucking.
So anyway, on that note, I'll
Go
leave.
haze yourself.
I'll see myself out. That was really bad. But it's on the tee. You got to swing it, Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be right back in about 5 minutes. What's going on through Riv's head right now? There's a couple. We're live, but there's a couple things probably swimming up there. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, there's a number of things swirling around in Riv's head. Riv is, first of all, very eager to make a quick stop by the Neverember Manor to check on Rainier and to check on something else as well.
Okay. Well, hell, let's start there.
Yeah.
Luckily, it takes you in the same direction. Although Castellanters live a little to the west, but at least you have to go south, so that works out. And your meeting's not till the afternoon. It wouldn't be. No one does early morning meetings like that, not unless they're urgent. This is a social call, for God's sakes. Well, head across the city. And all of you, as you're heading across the city, go ahead and make a perception check as you're just out and about.
That's probably not going to be great because that was a 7 on the die for a total of 10.
Great day out. Beautiful weather.
Dirty 20.
20. Okay. Now we're cooking.
22.
22. Okay. What'd you get, B?
You're mute.
You're muted.
Do I not have perception as proficiency?
Wizards, it's usually investigation.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's an 18.
Okay, still good. The three of you, maybe it's just the additional context you have. Maybe you just know all these things behind the scenes. But as you're going through the city, there's a very clear underlying tension that you can almost feel with people, where people are starting to, I guess, realize something is off. And you see it in like small interactions in the way people carry themselves, or maybe this is just you projecting onto the city all the stuff that you know. But regardless, like, it's enough to make you start thinking, like, maybe you're starting to see some waves. But hell, I mean, you've had a crazy morning, a crazy couple of days. Who knows? If you make it down to Rainier's house, using the key, you let yourself back in. Everything's locked up nice and tight. Right. You take a quick look around. Nothing's been moved or disturbed. You do.
Riv first goes to check on Rainier just to make sure nothing has changed with him. And if that's the case, they then start walking around the manor, studying the different portraits on the wall.
Okay. Rainier, still breathing, coughs a little bit, but ultimately doesn't change his state. Kind of put the covers back up and make him as comfortable as possible, but seems maybe a little more pale than when you saw him last, but otherwise fine. Go ahead and roll an investigation check at advantage, please.
That is a dirty 20.
You start walking around, and there's a few of those like portraits of the family that have been revealed more and more as Rainier is trying to like clean up his house. But there's still a number of them that are covered, and you start to uncover some of them. You see different family members and their names beneath them. You know, some of the extended family from Lady Brandath. You see some family from Dale Neverember, but none of it's really what you're looking for. And eventually, you find yourself standing in front of a picture that Rainier had actually uncovered earlier, back in his library. That's where you see kind of the close family. Like there's a portrait of his mother. You kind of look under another cover, and there's a portrait of his father that he's just left kind of covered with a sheet. And there's a portrait of a gentleman wearing a nice suit, bowler hat. Get to the rest of the description. Actually, I'll put a picture in the Discord for you. So a nice suit, cane, black gloves, red lining. That says Carlisle Brandath at the bottom. It has the year he was born and 3 years ago, in 1489, the year of his death. And this picture, you start seeing not even features, but like Riv is somebody who I think has gotten very good at seeing past features because things change so frequently, and seeing people like the light of their eyes, the way they move, like certain like more esoteric traits. And as you're studying this picture, it there's a really strong familiarity that kind of hits you.
And I think, as Riv is standing there staring at this picture, putting those pieces together, they just say to themselves, "Oh, Sergio, who are you really?"
You continue to there's a knock at the door.
Riv heads for it.
As you open the door, immediately arms wide, and an expression of like, great to see you, is other than Volo. He says, Riv, I came as soon as I heard Rainier was under the weather, and I wanted to, well, come by and just see if there's anything I can do to help.
That is very kind of you, Volo. How did you hear about Renair?
We're friends. You know, goes to different social circles, we play cards together, and he just hasn't shown up for things. Been sulking or something. We were supposed to spend last evening together, and he just disappeared. So people talk, like say, no, oh, maybe he's sick, maybe he's whatever, you know. Bye, knock on the door, I'm here to help.
Well, again, that
Yeah,
is
are you
incredible.
living here now? Is this happening?
No, our relationship is not at that stage yet, but I have been here to support and take care of Rainier in his time of need.
And you are a gem for it. But I would like to help you Zebra.
Volo, I think That is a truly excellent idea. Rainier is currently sleeping, and it seems that he might be for a while now. I think you telling him some stories while he sleeps is exactly what the doctor ordered.
I understand completely. You know, some nights the taste of the wine just carries you a little too far away, and we've all been there. Of course, I'll keep him company.
This timing could not have been more perfect because I will need to be out for a bit today, so I'm glad that Rainier will not be alone.
Of course, anything to help a friend. And he comes in and he's actually got like some of his books with him. He's like, I'm sure he'll love this. So I've got some early pages for my new book on spirits and abjuration. You know, after our little stints in the graveyard, I thought maybe I'd just write up a few initial notes and let's see what he says. You know, if he starts to snore, I'll call it boring, right?
I think snoring may not be the best gauge of that, but I think he will enjoy it regardless.
Excellent. Well, um, wish you the best of luck. Where are you off to today?
Well, I will actually be meeting with the Castellanters as part of my new position with the Theater Guild.
Fantastic. And congratulations on your promotion, I hope.
Something like that, certainly ensuring that operations continue to run smoothly, even with as much upheaval as we have gotten.
I wish you the best.
Can I insight check Volo just real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little
Alright, that
insight.
was 15 on the die. What even is my insight? It's 5, so a dirty 20.
Volo has a very specific personality. One could mimic it, it would be very difficult. If this is somebody impersonating Volo, like they have studied him for ages. The odds are low.
Excellent. That is all Riv needs to know to feel comfortable leaving Volo with Rainier.
You hear him like kind of go inside, a little clamoring in the kitchen, and then like kind of tromping his way up the steps as you close the door and head out. Lavinia.
Yeah, me and B gotta go to the Blackstaff Tower. I gotta present the writ.
Okay.
I gotta get written up. Wait.
I gotta
Hell
present
yeah.
the writ.
Thank you. You head to the tower, right?
Yeah.
Lavinia, have you been to the Blackstone Tower before? Like actually inside, like in the like research areas?
I think if Lavinia's been in the tower at all, it's definitely been in a sort of ground level capacity. Gets called in to take an interview, and they do that in like maybe like a little conference room on the first floor type of thing. I don't think she's ever gone properly in.
Okay. Yeah, this is new for you. So you get past like the foyer into the actual like work areas, and you start to see the like you're I have the wrong music for this. I'm so sorry. This is a joyous occasion. This is more fun. So it's something a little. The vibes are off, you know. Yeah, it's a like wonderful magical place, right? And like you see magic, but just not condensed on this scale. As you head up to one of the like basically employee elevators, that these like grand golden elevators that take you up through the central foyer into these different levels, and you see as you pass them like just unexplainable physics and like dimensions and things in these different work areas until finally you arrive at B's level, which today is glowing. The walls are glowing actually a bright blue with like odd kind of amber or yellowish hint. And
Are they supposed to be doing that?
it changes from day to day. You know, um, it's not an alarm or anything. It's
Okay.
just a latent effect of so much magic around.
That's kind of an ugly color combo, I gotta say.
It is.
It's not great.
It does that
It's
all the
not.
time?
No, sometimes it's a much more pleasing color combination. This one's a little garish. But it you get enough like latent magic just sort of packed all together in some place. And oh, you know how an engine, like an automaton, like will the gears will clatter together and they'll make sound and heat
Mm-hmm.
as sort of like a byproduct of but just inefficiencies in the mechanisms. That's this for magic. It's producing visible wavelength light in various colors for uh, thaumaturgy reasons.
So this is the equivalent of fumes.
Yeah, fumes, off gassing is one way to look at it. Uh, Waste, like you're chipping a stone, all of the stuff that comes off from that, like it's just byproduct. Um, I am weirdly nervous about doing this. But let's go talk to my boss and see what she says. Uh, and my professor, and she will go from there.
I mean, which part are you nervous about? That you think they won't believe us that it needs to be done, or that you're worried that they won't let you do it?
It's the second one. I'm worried they won't let me do it. Which is why we're talking to uh
I
Sorry.
noted you were a consultant about this. I'm pretty sure your name is on the paperwork.
can I see the paperwork?
It's wax sealed, unfortunately.
No. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, well, let's go.
As you kind of head down the hallway, you hear some sounds of like, it sounds like the ocean, just like lapping waves and like seagulls like burst out for a minute, and then as you keep walking, just disappear. You come around to the main library, and there's a bit of a ward there that keeps out like all the latent magical energy, so that
Mhm.
like shelves don't get knocked over and other stuff, right? Um, and you see inside that Silas is already there. He's got just multiple books stacked up on a table that he's been kind of going through, and has brewing something in front of him. And he looks up and he smiles. He goes, "Oh, morning,
Good morning. Is I can't remember our professor's name.
Rory."
Rory. Is Rory in?
"Oh yeah, yeah. No, she's back there. She's working on something, but you can probably just knock."
Okay.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
is Brindle here?
Brindle?
Yeah.
Not here at the moment. I are do you need him?
I saw, hey, Lavinia.
Morning.
I brought a couple geodes in case he wanted to. He said he was a rock guy, so I wanted to. Next time you
Oh,
see him, just let him know, or
oh yeah. I'll absolutely let him know. I'm sure he would love that. I'm sure he would really appreciate that.
yeah,
Uh that's awesome. That's awesome. Uh
yeah. No, Roy's in the back.
oh, thanks. Uh I'm going to ask you about that when I come back through. Uh and we'll go in and knock on Rory's door.
um, Knock. You hear, the sounds of something mechanical and like the pulsing of energy. Uh, and you hear like, oh, what? 1 second, 1 second. Hold on. Hold
Oh,
on. Hold on.
take your
Hold
time.
on.
Take your
Hold on.
time. Take your time.
No, no, okay. Yeah, you're good. Come on in.
B will open the door.
And Rory's in like her small lab, which you've seen before. Kind of her office lab combination. Desk just cluttered with all sorts of just fantastic, cool little things. Some of them move on their own and change colors and just levitate. But oh no, it's gonna be the worst meet cute ever. I got you a rock. Why?
No,
You said you liked rocks.
you
I'm
did.
sure
You had a
Brindle will
couple.
come up with something on the fly, or more likely he'll actually remember saying this, but I have no recollection of this at all.
It was kind of cute.
You know?
Oh no, what did I say? What did
It was,
on.
it was after the catapult spell.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
That's why I
you were
figured it was
asking
probably in there,
him
yeah.
why he just had the rocks. He
And
was
he's like, I
like,
collect rocks. But
something Brindle would have made up on the fly.
thanks, I'm pretty sure you're like, oh, that's really cool. So do I, or something like that. And he was like, oh, we should hang out and talk about rocks sometime.
Yeah.
But so funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, Rory is working on it. It looks like there's some sort of rune that's been carefully inlaid into this like almost silver or metallic surface that as you're walking in is like just stopping from glowing this like blue color as it's like powering down. She's like, B, morning. Oh, who's your friend?
Good morning. This is Lavinia Hale, my roommate, and at the moment acting as a watch officer.
Oh, so,
I'm
something wrong? I'm sorry. I'm Professor Firefall. You can call me Rory.
pleasure to meet you.
So something kind of is wrong. We're pretty sure that there's somebody who has been unwillingly astral projected, and we very much need to know where he's being projected to before the 24-hour limit is up.
Oh, that is very bad. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And so we have a watch.
Lavinia will
thing
hold it out with
here.
the wax seal presenting, and she'll say, "It's official from the watch for resources."
Requesting use of one of the facility clean rooms.
She takes it and kind of looks it over. Let me. I have your government name in here. That's why I couldn't find your character for a second.
The government name.
Government
Yeah,
name.
she's in my file as Kima. That's when I made the file.
Ah.
I was like, "Where's B's file?" Da, 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 da. I'm gonna put Rory up on the screen.
Like that thing where it's like, instead of those videos where people are like calling my significant other by their name instead of their nickname, and they're immediately like, "What did I do? Are you mad at me?"
Yeah.
Right? It's like that's my government name. What are you doing?
Yeah. The only people I know who've called B Kima so far have been
The cops.
the cops or the black staff. Actually, I don't know. I think he might have called her B too.
He did call you B.
He did call me B. So
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's been just the cops.
May just have crazy names, and the dude walks around. He's called the Black Staff. You know, he's got a full name, and he's like, "Oh, you have a cool nickname too? Whatever." Like,
yeah. It's pretty standard. It's
Yeah.
standard.
It's not even his name; it's his title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, like, he gets it. You know, she takes it and she looks it over and she says, "If this is a astral projection incident, when did it happen?"
Approximately hours ago.
Okay, so sometime last night. All right.
Yeah.
It's gotta be going on at least 8 hours by now. All right. Well, the good thing is, I think we can help. The downside is, we're gonna have to elevate this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. I don't have the proficiency to pull someone back from astral projection. Not without a lot of danger, but I can help.
Yeah, I don't know that I am technically a diviner, but I don't have that uh I want to help.
Bee's knowledge of the person who has been attacked in this makes it necessary for her to be a part of this in some way.
Of course, that'll be critical to help as an anchor point, and I can help do. I can help with supplemental magic, but we're gonna have to talk to. I'm gonna talk to the boss.
Okay.
Lavinia with her with the one hand just kind of reaches out and like squeezes Bee's shoulder.
You still
He's
have to bend down to do that.
Yep. She'll do it.
I, yeah.
Just sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. I can yeah. Mhm. Is there a point where he stops being terrifying? Like
he,
talking to the black staff? Does that stop being scary at some point when you're faculty here?
no, he's actually quite nice when he's not focused on work. It's just he takes everything very seriously, and so if yeah, at some of the holiday parties, he's been quite pleasant.
Okay. 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 So that's a no. That's a no. He's always kind of intimidating to deal with in an official capacity.
I think he's continuously focused on a number of arcane projections, and well, as a result, is I don't know. Grumpy's the wrong word, but we'll go with we'll go with deliberate. Deliberate.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Um,
I can deal. I can handle deliberate. Yeah.
also,
Let's
also,
let
also we're here to make a Arcana check, please.
sure.
And Lavinia, you can as well.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Oh,
I
do I get? Can I have advantage because I know this office?
How about it?
Sweet.
Yeah, you're in your element.
Yeah, because
That wasn't-
I rolled a base of 5, and I don't think that.
I rolled a d12, so that's not gonna help me.
that's not
That's
gonna
ain't it.
Yes, that would
I
be
rolled
a-
it and I would like it made a noise and I was like, that's not usually the noise my d20 makes. And then I looked at it for another minute and I was like, that's because that's not what you are.
It really is. Every time I've like grabbed the wrong thing, like, I can feel the difference as I'm throwing it. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
That's not what you are. It's a
I got an
16.
I got an 11 and a 21.
21.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nail it. Lavinia, you do notice that like the thing that Rory's working on is some type of like some type of like charm sigil. Uh Della, you or B, you notice that it is a hybrid actually. Please look this over. It is a hybrid of both uh charm and evocation magic that has been placed into the sigil that as it's starting to peter off, wow, it just looks rather interesting. It is not combat music. Let me just turn that off.
Why is there boss fight music?
Yeah, there's some sort of like hybrid spell or research that Rory is working on that you
Okay.
kind of just notice.
Evocation and charm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um.
That's too intense.
That's interesting, and I think B as they're sort of walking away, sort of heading out to go see if we can talk to the black staff. Um. Or at least like his office to put something on his calendar, I guess. They're sort of going to look at it and be like, "Are we going to get audited again for enchantment stuff?"
Oh no. This one's actually came from the top.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they wanted to see if we could do some hybrid evocation enchantment magic. New research theory. So I've got it to work, but it's a little unstable.
Interesting. What's the effect?
Depends on what you program into it.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm. Looking for ways to do like kind of like a mass, call it like mass medicinal or something like that. Like you take sailors who are on like a ship, they could take one of these things, and if they wanted to, basically turn it on and prevent things like seasickness or like any type of vertigo feelings, and like kind of just help to cancel those out.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
Hmm.
interesting. So,
Still has a few bugs.
yeah, yeah, I can see how that would become complicated. I think B is going to um as they walk start sort of talk like B is fully going to get distracted
Hmm.
by the puzzle of this and fully gloss over the war criminality that this could very easily be turned into.
Hmm.
Uh, that Della Collins has noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Rory's very happy to talk about. The puzzle part is like, the hard part is when you we try to project it out over a certain area, like that's where the evocation piece comes in. But sustaining that kind of projection actually creates a like a call it accident variability, right? Where it could become unstable. And so that's something I'm trying to work through to see like how far this thing can push out before it become and how long it can run before it causes problems because we don't want to do anything like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Lavinia
yeah.
heard Lavinia heard the terms mass and charm, and she's just thinking about what B said about her job back at the manor, and she's like, glass fucking houses.
That's crazy because I've never said the words master charm in this statement.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
just let me let my jump to conclusion rug. I mean, come on.
A mass medicinal treatment?
Hmm?
And I could
Well,
tell, I did notice that it was a charm. My arcana said charm.
mhm.
Hmm?
That's where I'm getting my things. You didn't
Oh
say
yeah,
all those words in one sentence, but all those words were said.
that's true.
Mhm.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, by Waterdeep law, if this were like used on
Used.
people unwillingly, it would 100% be illegal. But in a contained research facility,
Mhm.
it is legal.
Which is why she wound it down before we walked in the room.
Mhm.
Uh I think yeah, B is gonna sort of make some suggestions based on some of like the tiles she's seen of like the sort of like um uh and sort of suggest some of the like uh that they experiment maybe with some of like the tile work for manipulating and containing the field uh and is fully going to miss, I think, the uh the implications.
Okay. Yeah, the two of you talk about this on the way to the elevator. Rory takes out a small sigil, waves it over the elevator, and it just heads straight up. As the doors open near the top of the tower, you're in that again. B, you've seen this. Just very nice, very tranquil kind of Zen garden that is up here, and Rory walks over and just knocks on like a small, almost like rustic cabin looking door. And for a moment, you just hear, enter. She looks at the two of you and is like, "Good,
Yes.
okay," and opens the door. The Blackstaff's office is very sparse and very quiet. Uh, the only sources of light actually come from small radiating orbs on walls. There are no windows here. And he looks up and is clearly working on some type of research, just books stacked almost as high as the room. And he sees you all. He says, oh, let's see, we have a guest. And he waves his hand, and the desk, the books, everything vanish. The room resets. A large bay window appears. Chairs, table, coffee, other types of food appear. And says, please, come in.
Thank you, and I'm sorry for interrupting. Um, we have a request from the City Watch to use a magical clean room to trace an unwilling instance of astral projection that was used about 8 hours ago on Rainier Neverember.
If anyone would like to roll insight while he reaches for this writ, you're welcome to do so.
Oh, fuck yeah.
B is too nervous and is trying to say the right words. I rolled a 2. I'm not going to try to take advantage on it. I think B's just like, the words are coming out of my mouth.
21 for Lavinia.
It is this, right, that you see, is he is listening, half listening, right? Seems to be kind of focused elsewhere, but is paying attention. And you hear B say, right near Neverember, and the eyes just immediately lock in on that. And then he just tilts his head and says, oh. Let's see, and how did this happen?
From the report that I received, it appears an associate who is familiar with the Neverember household broke in, and while Rainier was asleep, performed some kind of spell on him with a gem, a coil of silver. What was the other thing that Riv said in the mental note?
The gem was inlaid in a disc.
The disc and the gem, the silver cord. And when this person left, Rainier has been almost as if asleep. But I believe we are all aware that that's not what he is actually doing right now.
Unwilling astral projection. It's very dangerous. He reaches out and takes the writ, cracks the seal, and reads it. What is your name?
Lavinia Hale.
I read about you in this morning's paper. Well done.
I think B actually might look prouder than Lavinia does. Like, just sort of like, I'm proud of my roommate. She did something cool and got in the papers about it.
Lavinia's just like,
oh. I thought it might be you based on the picture, but I try not to make too many assumptions in this occupation. They can be dangerous. Of course I will help. I would be honored to help an esteemed member of the watch such as yourself, and honestly an esteemed member of the noble families. Where is he now?
He's at home.
We'll have to bring him here.
Okay.
He turns to Rory and says, let's set up testing room 1. like to start this within the hour. She nods. What?
Okay.
What do you know of Rainier Neverember?
Uh, rich, sad, likes wine. Dating my roommate.
Not me. Other
One
roommate.
of my other roommates. Uh,
Let's see.
he's nice.
So you spent time with him. Good.
Yeah. We've talked.
I'm going to ask you to assist me on this, B.
I would be honored.
When trying to recall people from unwilling astral projection, any type of emotional anchor can be extremely powerful. Something that can act as a beacon that calls to the arcane fog, if you will. Will draw them back. The stronger the emotional connection, the better. If you were the best candidate for that, perfect. And is there someone else that we could potentially use as an anchor? We have an hour to get them here.
Okay. I will get him, and if there's somebody who'd be a better anchor, I will bring them as well.
Riv.
Hey, Riv, you want to go do some magic about some stuff?
If it would be helpful, I suppose I could.
Actually,
Are you talking telepathically?
no. There's no way B would not have done that. B would not have done that, and would in fact have tried to give Lavinia like a warning look, if at all possible.
Oh, well, she wasn't calling Riv. She was suggesting to
Riv.
be Riv.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wasn't calling him.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think Riv would be if we can find them, I think they'd be the right person.
Okay. We'll find them and get them here.
Yeah.
And Lavinia, how's your father doing?
I don't know. I think your wife sees more of him than I do right now.
Well, tell him I said my best from the incident this morning.
I'll be seeing him this afternoon.
Good. I'm glad he's doing well. 1 hour. Let's get prepped.
Yeah, I should go. It's a long way across the city.
Okay. And Rory heads down and starts prepping the testing room. You two head out to go retrieve Riv. And as we move around to our last little thing for the night, Brendel,
Yes.
you have a meeting with Walter. This is the part of the heist where the crew scatters for a few hours and then get back together. Well,
Yes. And I do buy some healing potions on the way. I'll take care of that later, but
yeah, absolutely. Unless it's something like insane, if you're like, this is a standard item you can buy, like as you're walking through town, you can buy this. Unless you want to do a scene and talk too crazy.
No, just making sure. Brendel definitely got some healing potions. Yeah.
Good move.
Okay.
On the record.
Yeah. So, Brendel makes his way up to, what was the name of that cafe? I don't know. Ernie's there. He's the coffee barista.
Mm-hmm. You head up to the cafe. You meet Hagen, who's already got a cup of coffee there waiting for you. Say, hey, kid.
Hey, Hagen. Actually pretty well. It was a lot yesterday. I was pretty tired. It was good sleep. It was good sleep. He goes over to Ernie and gets a coffee and puts it on Hagen's bill. And yeah, sits down. And it's like, all right, Hagen. All right. Before we get into anything else, when we talked yesterday, everything you'd like me to do, we know what it is.
Talking business, yeah.
Yeah. So what I need from you is in return, I need you to take care of something for me. And Brindle slips him a piece of paper with a name written on it. It says Aria Greenman. I have a little problem with this with this person. You remember the cobbler? You remember the cobbler that I needed to go to a while back? You gave me the cobbler's location, and I went and I got something from him. But what I needed to do though was take care of this person who's been bugging the cobbler.
You got some boots on interest.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm on kind of a time limit here, and I need you. Seems like you might be in a good position to help me take care of this. So,
looks at the name.
I'm just saying, I need to. I got to get some stuff done if I'm going to help you. So,
rolls a very, very high history check and goes, "Huh, Greenman, huh? All right, you can take care of this. That's too easy."
I do like an inside check. I'm kind of curious. Or no, I'll just ask. I'm like, oh yeah, you got some history with them, or?
I just know a lot of people.
Makes sense.
But
makes sense.
This one's easy enough. What? You just need him to leave you alone for a bit?
Oh, the cobbler. I mean, I don't care. I've never met them. I don't know.
All right. I got a couple follow-up questions, but
yeah,
I can help you out. I can help you out.
You let me know. I'll tell you anything that I only know what the cobbler told me, so you know. But they're causing some unnecessary shoemaking pressures. I don't know what to tell you. They're not being maybe as straightforward as they should be in their line of work. So maybe leaning on them a little unprofessionally, one might say, for a shoemaker. So
a message received.
All right.
We'll take care of that today, right after we talk to Walter.
Perfect. Okay, great. That's a huge load off my mind. That'll help me out. And all right. Well, let's go meet with Walter. See what kind of mood he's in, right?
I'll bring an extra cup of coffee just in case.
Yeah, I was planning on it.
So you two head out and take a crazy kind of route through the upper north ward, right? And eventually get to a point where you go under a small footbridge that doubles back. And as it doubles back, there's a space where Hagen stops.
Real quick though, because I realized that Brindle probably would not have said Walter's name out loud in that coffee shop, because that's a little. I'm gonna say like probably Hagen and Brindle have a good way to refer to Walter.
Uncle.
My uncle. There we go. I would have said my uncle. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. I trust Ernie about as far as I don't know. I could throw his coffee. I don't know. So
shouldn't trust anybody.
Did I give you a trust? Did I give you an issue?
Shouldn't trust you and Hagen. Are you kidding me? Hagen, you were doing your job. Hagen came out of nowhere and was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm part of the City Watch. I'm actually working for the opposition for the guy that I work under, but it's cool, whatever."
Yeah, that's right. You knew I was a cop from the from day one.
That's what I'm saying. Hagen was a real rug that got pulled out from under me. You just didn't tell me. You appeared in the middle of my stuff. Anyway, okay, all right. Anyway, Brindle goes along with Hagen after trying to not say Walter's name in the middle of the coffee shop, but
Goes down this like
not because he's paranoid or anything. Just
I mean, if they're actually out to get you, you're not paranoid. And they were 100% out to get you. But they get on these like kind of reversing stairs, and in one of the reverses under an alcove, Hagen just kind of has put on a small pinky ring and knocks on the stone, and the stone recedes, and he kind of like ushers you through and then quickly closes the stone, and you walk through a part of the upper undercity until you reach another large door. This one, as Hagen knocks, kind of a strange knock, you hear like a large bolt being undone on this like very solid door, as the door opens into a small underground safe house.
Can Brindle try and memorize that knock?
Yeah, absolutely. So make an intelligence check.
Yeah, that's what I thought it might be. 15.
Okay. You feel pretty confident you can recall that, unless you were like,
okay.
Metagame, you can recall it unless you're under a lot of pressure, and then I'm going to make you roll to recall it.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. All right.
But yeah, you feel pretty good about that. Where is my one thing I need? So, you go inside, small makeshift area, but you also see on the door, as you kind of glance back, as it's bolted by Arlette, right? The dark-haired, shadowy figure. Just bolts it, closes it, and you hear a double click as these two devices on the door are rearmed. And they're just like softly blinking.
Okay.
And Walter's made himself comfortable on a makeshift kind of chair. There's a couple crates stacked together. And he's like, let me put a photo of Walter up. I should get in the habit of doing this more, because they're fun. I have all these. Good old.
Walter's this classy guy you wouldn't want, behind you with a sharp object.
Yep. He's dressed in this traditional suit. Got his gun out and just kind of like resting on his leg. He's smoking a cigar. And he looks at you, still kind of beat up a bit from yesterday.
I think Brindle's gonna have a seat. Brindle's gonna be pretty casual. He doesn't want to add any extra intensity to the air. So Brindle sits down and he's like, "Oh."
You can roll an insight check if you like.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I suspect Walter's just not in a very good mood, but sure. Yeah. Oh, hey, nat 1 insight. Awesome. Cool. Cool. You're not nat 1, just 1, whatever. But yeah.
I mean, he's family. He wouldn't kill you.
Yeah. Look, as much as he's a blustery guy, I mean, I'm sure his bark is worse than his bite. It's in his family, so he might be angry for a little bit. He clearly won't, do anything to hurt me. It's fine. Hey, Walter, that didn't go well yesterday, did it? Jeez.
No, it really didn't. And he kind of stands up and racks the gun and says, "Good, now that you're all here, I want to know how the cops figured out what the fuck was going on. Someone in this room better have damn answer.
I'd like to know
And
that too.
we'll call there. We'll call it there. So
This is fine.
This
This is
is so
fine.
fine.
and we've
Well,
had
he's clearly like I did a great insight roll. Clearly, Walter would not shoot me. I mean, he's family. This is fine.
Mhm.
And it's not like there's any link to me in the City Watch, right? So that's fine. This is gonna go well.
hey, you know what? It's a family reunion. Man, that's call that for this session.
Yeah.
And we'll let Bedlam talk about his outro.
Oh my gosh, yeah. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, hey, I'm Bedlam. Hi. You can find me here. Please come back and see what's going on with Walter, because I mean Brindle is very positive what's gonna happen. Let's find out how well placed Brindle's confidence is on that roll. You can also find me playing Jerome Nears in Thy Kingdom Come. We're just coming back from holidays. I don't actually remember when our next session is. It could be Monday.
It's the 13th. It's the 13th. It's not Monday. Yeah.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah.
We will be back for that. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on social media. You can find me here doing those two characters. That's pretty much it. I'm very excited to see what happens here next time.
Heck yeah. Della.
Hi, I'm Della. I have been B, and I'm about to do some big magic, which should be fun, and good and fine. You can find me here every Thursday, where I am either being this sad gnomish, gnomish wizard with just crippling ADHD, and also on opposite Thursdays to this, I am Rachel Blauhair, who is a duplex full of ghosts over at Redacted. You can also find me running Thy Kingdom Come on second and fourth Mondays, and on Blue Ski at Durla Kernlands.
Nice. JD.
I will not pronounce it correctly. You can't make me.
Hi, I am JD. Tonight I have been Riv, and Riv, continues winning. Clearly, nothing is going wrong at all for them in any way, shape, or form. Everything is super fine. I am not dealing with the watch. I am not dealing with the mob. I am not dealing with magic. I'm just dealing with a variety of partners who are all going through various things that I am trying to navigate / help them with / steal from. It's fine. You can find me in way too many things. I'm just going to do the usual where I can be for the next week, because if I do any more than that, it gets a little too chaotic. On Saturday, you can find me over on Entropy Emporium for Blooming in the Rot, which is our Invisible Sun campaign, where I play a little guy filled with demons. Actually, no longer filled with demons. I managed to process my trauma and got rid of them. So we're just going to the underworld now, and it's going to be super fine, and we're not all going to die. Speaking of death, on Sunday, Academy H over here, where I play Casimir Bright, who is also having a normal one and a fine time, and nothing bad is happening around him. He doesn't have a nemesis who is now stalking him throughout the city. That's okay. Tuesday, I run They Call Us Villains, which is our horror masks game over on Entropy Emporium. And I also will be back here for running Redacted on Thursday, which is our psychological horror game. The big thing I want to announce is that next Wednesday I will be with Guild Superior for a limited series of House of Eidolons, which is a cyberpunk heist game. So if you enjoyed heisting here, you can enjoy me getting to heist some more next Wednesday and for the next several Wednesdays, as we run a variety of jobs for the house we belong to, and hopefully get some money and get to level up our really ridiculous cyberpunk stats.
That game sounds super cool.
I'm excited.
Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. You can find me at Hexbot on all social media platforms. Tonight I played Deputy Lavinia Hale. Remember, ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. She's, surviving. She's doing perfectly fine. She doesn't really, she's fine. She just keeps like staring very powerful people in the face and telling them to fuck themselves, but it's fine.
Front page with their government name. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. She'll just go talk to her dad and see what he wants. There's nothing he could want that could add to her pile of stress. But yeah, I will be so I'm here doing that every other Thursday, every other Saturday. I'm in class reunion as Kelly Violet. She's trying to do a little coup, just having a little coup about it. It's fine, dandy. The coup is to stop a war, so it's justified. Justified coup. Justified coup. And then every other Sunday, including this upcoming Sunday, I am with Academy H playing Lyra Cole, team captain. Gonna be helping with this whole stalker serial killer thing that the city's got going on now. It should be fine. I have thoughts, plans, ideas. We'll see if any of them work out. Who knows? And then every other Wednesday here at LFDA for Wildcard Wednesday, I am also currently playing Helen. I am our Yellow Ranger in Rangers Rampant, our fun little Power Rangers game. We're having a good time. I accidentally created a bloodthirsty monster. I did not mean to, genuinely. I just gave her a Warhammer and then Warhammer things happened. But that's all I'm really doing. I only do stuff here at Live from the Apocalypse. I live here, I die here.
Heck yeah. And I will do... Hey, I'm Andrew. I run the game. I got through 5 of my 7 items on my checklist that I wanted to do this session, but that's okay, because that was ambitious anyway. But the point is, welcome to Act 2. As we're getting some more shit a-stirring in the city. That's all I got, really. Just, let's see how these are.
Act 2 of how many acts?
It was a 7-act play, wasn't it? Right?
That it was a 7-act play.
So
what do you mean? We're going to be doing this forever.
I mean, the metaphor is that this campaign is it parallels the 7 acts of the comedic tragedy of Hamlet or whatever. I don't have my notes up, but I think that's what it was called.
That was the name on the street, because the full name was way too long.
Yep. Which Roberto will say in full every single time, because he's a man who respects the arts. If you name something, the name means something, But yeah.
Unless you're not supposed to say it on stage, because then it's bad luck.
Oh yeah, like Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
That is the play. You do not speak the name of, correct?
Yep.
I'm a master of the theatrical arts. That's me. But no, I do this. I do Veil Breakers, and maybe my bubble not big again. Whatever. So I do Veil Breakers. That's my epic fantasy shenanigans. They're level 19, going on to level 20, and they're rough fight right now for the finale because it's a finale fight, and they're fighting a very powerful lich who wants them dead and is trying very hard with an opening volley of a power word kill, a chain lightning, 2 disintegrates, and a bunch of other insane shit to just murder people. So I think
How
you
many
guys have
counter
problems.
spells?
I was
You
gonna
guys
say,
use-
did we have to fight a lich at like level 3? What's going on?
They used like 6 counter spells, 4 of them in the same reaction.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, wow.
It's been a crazy fight, but I like running high level shit. But sometimes there's a lot of stuff to track, and that can be rough. But that's my other game, and I'm also on Cryptic Community College, which I think is dropping again. Season 2, play Eddie. It's fun, but that's all I got. And Magfest. That's all I got for real. We'll be there.
Oh yeah, the LFTA has a panel. Don't you guys have a panel?
We do have a panel at
Oh yeah,
Magfest.
we do. We should probably do something about that at some point. like plan for it. But
Yeah.
yes, we have a panel on world building at MagFest. It's
No, it's gonna be a
called
blast.
Here Be Dragons, World Building at the Edge of the Map. It is going to be, I believe, at 4 o'clock on Saturday over by where all of in sort of like the tabletop gaming corner of that little outbuilding that you have to walk through the cold place to get to.
But yeah, it's fun. Prime time should be a good time. There's nobody on to raid. I looked at all the followed channels, and all of them are offline, and I've never seen that. I don't know if
It's
that's
the
a holiday thing.
Some people, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, some people are still on holiday. I know Entropy Emporium is taking a break still.
No, I guess that means we just have to run another game. All right, let's go.
Let's just see.
what's
Let's just see
everybody
if
playing?
Walter shoots Brindle.
Yeah, you know?
You know what? Let's just stay here and see if Walter shoots Brindle.
Walter's just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna figure this out. Whoever lives is not the rat. That should be a good time.
Just blame
yeah.
Tannis. Just blame Tannis and Quincy. It's fine.
Can Brindle phase through a bullet? We would find out.
Ooh, fun.
I feel like the bullet phases through you violently.
Amazing.
No, I'm very curious to see what happens next session. There's a lot of good stuff up in the air, but we'll be back in 2 weeks, and unless I'm forgetting anything,
It's
Call it a
really
night.
more like the bullet Kool-Aid man's through your body, as opposed to phasing.
that's a horrific image.
How many
Wow.
hit points do you have now?
Now? Oh, I have so many now. We just leveled up. I have 19. It's so.
How did I have
no,
more
wait,
hit
how?
points than you?
You should have
Wait,
more.
what do you mean?
You should have
I
more
have
hit points.
40 hit points. What do you mean?
Have you been adding your constitution?
I have a constitution of 8.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. That math tracks now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa,
Damn.
it's so flammable. I don't have enough hit points. All right. Well, we'll make it work. All right. Well, thank
So
you for
many hit
everyone.
points. Sorry.
Thank you for everyone who hung out the chat with us. I don't know how he's still alive. But
Luck.
yeah.
I a great team who is my life support system. I thank you all.
This next session's gonna be wild.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. So thank you all for hanging out, and have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.